Ah, hey, what is up, peoples? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. Hello, hello. Another Monday, another live stream. There we go. And if you're wondering what the title says, yes, I will be watching Transformers 1 on the 30th of August. Yes. And man, oh man, I am excited for this movie. I'm super excited for this movie, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this movie. Woo! Woo! This movie is gonna be awesome. I've been hearing so many good things about this movie, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I am super excited. Yes, yes, yes. Anyway, so what's up, Inktastic? Hello, hello, hello. Let me see if I can invite someone in. Let's see. Can I invite this person in? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but Can I invite this person in? He did say he wanted to join in this time, so let me go and see whether he is available. Aha, there he is. There he is. But anyway, let's see if he's available. See if my boy Nick. See if he's available. Hope he gets the message. See if we can invite in the Nick. It's been a while since he's joined, but hey, we will persevere. But anyway, and of course, invite in Briximus, of course. Yes, and Acer. Get him in here. And see my boy BC is joining. What's up, Marvelous Prime? The movie would make the perfect birthday gift for me since it's getting close. Yeah, let me tell you a story. So, when I was Instagram, just scrolling through so many stories, there was one story on Instagram that I saw that had like sign up for a contest to win tickets to an early fan screening of Transformers 1 on the 30th of August. And I'm like, bro, I'm a Transformers fan. I cannot miss this opportunity. So I literally took the opportunity to sign up for the contest. Guess what? I literally won 2 tickets to the early fan screening of Transformers 1. And oh my gosh, I am excited for this movie right now. I'm watching it this Friday at 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time, and I cannot wait for this movie. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this movie. I'm watching it in 4 days. 4 freaking days. I'm watching it in 4 days. How does that even happen? And this is my first time going to an early fan screening. It's my first time attending an early fan screening of a movie that I desperately want to watch. And I've heard so many good things about this movie. Honestly, at the end of the day, this movie is going to be 1,000 out of 10 to me anyway. For me, it's going to be 1,000 out of 10 because it's Transformers, dang it. It's Transformers. My gosh, it's Transformers. So, and of course, we have a guest joining us backstage right here. It is my boy Acer. He has been a good friend of mine for quite a long time, and I'm so glad that he's sticking with me right from the beginning. Uh, yes. So here he is, my boy.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
What's up, What's up, Acer man? What's up? What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Doing all right. It's been a fun week for me. So
Oh, so tell me all about that.
just work.
Yours.
That's all it's been.
I can tell. Yes.
But
Yeah. But
yeah, you getting to see Transformers One early?
yes, on the 30th of August,
Dang,
right at the end of the month, and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
it's really. I was talking to people I work with. I was like, who do I have to talk to see this movie early? Because it seems like everybody I follow, they're like, yeah, I get to see the movie early. Like, where can I see it early? Like, please. If not, like it comes out sometime in September, so like I can wait.
Yeah, I mean I've told so many people this, and they get jealous of me, you know, because I get to see the movie before them, so that means I will have all the information of Transformers One, and I will not be able to reveal all this information until like maybe 2 weeks later. So
Yeah, isn't there like some kind of NDA you have to sign or like?
not really, but they gave me some of the rules, of the of what of how of what to do with the information of Transformers One. I'm not able to spoil it.
You can't like
Yeah,
disclose like
I
anything from the
cannot
movie.
disclose any information. They did tell me that I am not allowed. There's no recording. I cannot record anything.
So it's basically the equivalent of an NDA,
Yeah,
or
they said that I may be required to sign an NDA before the movie. So
which
may.
I mean that makes sense. Like you get to see the movie early because I guess they want to see like reception of it before the movie comes out,
Yep.
which makes sense. But like that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Heck
Hmm.
yeah, man.
Yep. I am. But they say photography and videography may be carried out during the event, like maybe just videoing the event of the early fan screening, just around that, but not at the movie itself. So.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Like everyone who gets to like go and see the early has like their little like
Hmm.
gathering meetup, and that's
Yep.
actually really cool to see.
Yeah, and I'm honestly very, very excited for this.
Like I've already seen like everything I've seen of this movie so far, nothing has me really worried about it. Like the initial trailer made me kind of worried like it's going to be a bit too like a bit too much humor for an origin story movie for the Transformers. But like
Hmm.
the second trailer came out, like, all right, nope, all of my fears have been put to rest.
Whoops.
It's gonna have just enough, just enough humor.
Hey, what's up, Nick? Hello, hello, Nick. It's been a while, Nick. If you want to hop in backstage, sent you the StreamYard link to click on and join in the backstage here. So if you want to jump in here, talk about your speculations of TF1 or talk about some new listings, because we got some new listings, a lot of new listings. If you want to hop in here, Nick, to join me and Acer to chat about this, hey, I sent you the link, man. I sent you the StreamYard link to go and click and join in. So, because,
Yeah, like TF1's gonna be a really good movie. Like I've been messing with my copy of like the Studio Series Prime PAX one. It's just he's fun.
yeah, he's
He,
fun. I
he's
love this figure. I absolutely love.
like
He's like,
it's not It's
I
not
don't
a
know.
complicated figure. The only thing I'm not like super crazy about is the little like accessory thing, but like
Yeah, this one
it's
I'm not too
like
crazy about either. Like
it's
that's
a
what I said.
Cybertronian Prime, so
Yeah,
like I want to keep him in his robot mode.
yeah.
So like
And,
the accessories, eh.
people complain about Cybertronian alt modes when literally Cybertronian alt modes can look like
like
however they want. They're not Earth alt modes. So
like they can be anything, but they're holding to the idea that like yeah, this is the general shape of what Prime would look
mm,
like as a truck. So like that makes sense. You get the vehicle body type, so then they like match it to whatever like Earth mode body type they happen to have, and it lines up that way.
mm,
And I mean, it's also like they can just be anything they want. Like they could turn into like a car tire if they wanted to, and it's like sure.
mhm. Yep, yep, yes. But and I can't wait to get the upcoming Megatron to go with the Prime because that one looks good too. And apparently the long legs are accurate.
That okay? If the long legs are accurate, that is deal withable. They just seemed like a weird design. Like looking at the product photography, it just makes it seem kind of awkward.
Hmm.
But if it's accurate to the movie and they're not as awkward as they seem, then that's fine.
Yep. Yep.
But I did find Skywarp the other day, though. Or no,
Hey,
almost a week ago, actually. Like I had to
I
get
got
a.
some. I got some figures on the way. I got the brand new 86 Steel Jaw on the way, along with the Shard and Silverbolt. I need to start completing the Legacy United Wave 2 stuff, and the Wave 3 stuff before I can move on to Wave 4. So,
Like it's really funny how I got Skywarp 2 because like whenever I went to Target to go, just on the way home from lunch with my boss, I was like, I'll just stop off at Target, see if they have anything, and then if not, I'll just go home. Like it's on the
hmm,
way, why not?
yeah.
It had like four on the shelf, and I get the checkout, and like he wasn't in the system.
Hmm.
So I was sitting there like, no, he's not in the system. He's probably street dated. So
Yeah.
like the person running the self checkout calls, I don't know who, someone from the back to come in, like figure everything out. And even the guy was confused because I'd explained. I was like, yeah, there's like three more on the shelf over there that I saw. And
Wow.
the guy was like, no, I don't think they're street dated. And he put it in for me for like $20, and I was about to say like those are actually, and he was like, no, 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 I know how much they cost, but I'm gonna give it to you for 20.
20
Like
bucks for Voyager. Wow. Lucky.
like that is never going to happen to me again.
Also, someone on YouTube, Toys R Us, he got early copies of Studio Series 1 Megatron and the Studio Series Reactivate Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, they reissued that outside of the two packs.
Yeah, they reissued that, and I can't wait for that figure because I need a Reactivate figure. I need Reactivate figures like right now.
I'm actually
So,
really happy they're doing those outside of those two packs because I was looking at those two packs and I got really worried that they were gonna only be
yep.
like an online,
Mm,
like an online thing or a game store thing.
yep.
They're not, and I'm really happy about that.
So, speaking of Studio Series TF1, there is a new listing for another figure from Transformers 1 in the Studio Series line. And yes, Alita 1 is indeed getting a Studio Series Deluxe Class TF1 figure.
Interesting. I wonder if based because her alt mode is similar to what we saw for I want to say Bumblebee movie
Bumblebee,
RC.
yeah, Bumblebee
Like
movie RC. Yeah.
I wonder if that'll just be like a simple retool of that because it wouldn't be the first time they've taken the engineering of that and simplified it
Mm,
for the sculpting. Because it
yep.
was the nacelle and or not nacelle, it was Javelin and
Hmm.
oh, who was the other figure in that two pack? I never bought that two pack.
Javelin and Cascade.
Cascade, that's who it is. I never bought that two pack.
Yeah, I never bought it either. I wish I did know, but
It was one of those two that got reused from the Bumblebee movie RC mold.
what is this? What is this? Oh my gosh, what is this?
Oh,
What
excuse
is
me.
this? What is this? What is this? What is going? What is
Are you,
this? Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me stop sharing first. Let me,
hold on, I'll
because,
say you're seeing
hold
something
on,
different
hold
from what
on.
I'm seeing. I don't know what you're seeing.
What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh.
Big spoilers or like really cool thing?
Dude, what is this crossover figure?
Oh, oh,
What?
oh! Wait, hold on. Transformers, Zoids, and Diet. Hold on, hold on. You've piqued my
All
interest.
three. All three in one.
All right.
Bro.
The only thing this is missing is like a Gundam inspiration in there. And then we have like
Oh.
the quadfecta of Mecha.
What?
That is beautiful.
Yo, that is. Oh
Because
my
that is
god.
Optimus as a Zoid, right? Like the head is Optimus.
Dude, this is cool.
I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I usually don't care for
That's
the
so cool.
crossover, but this looks
Dude,
they that was a beautiful.
it's Transformers and Diaclone and Zoids together. What?
Oh, that is beautiful.
Damn. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that is a beautiful prime right there. If I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but he's gonna cost a
Yeah,
lot.
he's gonna be expensive. Like I remember the X-Men crossover figure was like I think like $60 or $70. And that looks like it's gonna be a triple changer. And I know that oh man.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So we're getting a
That,
Godzilla X Transformers crossover figure. But well, two figures. There's like a Optimus Prime type Mecha Godzilla.
oh,
Oh, this is interesting.
that does look interesting.
Oh, interesting. So Optimus Prime as Mecha Godzilla, sure, and then Megatron as Godzilla.
Wait, that's like
First minute, are they?
that's
Hold
the
on.
86 Grimlock mold.
He's using yes. He's using the
That
he's
is
using the 86 Grimlock mold. And is that Sludge's head? No, that doesn't look like Sludge's head, but kind of looks like it. But hold on, let me check.
it might be. No, it's not Sludge's head. It is a new head sculpt. Yeah, it's a new head.
Oh, that's a totally new head sculpt. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I could have sworn that I've seen this head sculpt before. Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was like I looked back on my shelf and no, it's not Sludge. That is somebody else. That's a new head.
Well, hey, I'm glad they're doing something Godzilla related, but they should do something like brand new mold to do Godzilla X Transformers crossover figures.
Yeah, like Grimlock doesn't really give me Godzilla vibes.
No, if anything, it will be Triptychon. But
Yeah, I think they want to keep it affordable though, or at least like as affordable as they can.
Yep.
Because I don't know how much the studio is asking Hasbro for like the licensing for the Godzilla stuff, but I can't imagine it's going to be cheap.
And apparently, we're also getting a Macross X Transformers crossover figure.
Dang, Hasbro's team is doing work this
It's
year.
not. That's not Hasbro. This is not the work of Hasbro. This is the work of Takara Tomy.
Takara's putting. Dang, Takara's doing a lot of work this year.
Yep, they are doing it. Oh, that's how they look.
Okay.
Oh, that's how they look.
The colors on them are nice. I'm not too crazy about Megatron as Grimlock, but I don't know. I don't know what else they could have done. I mean, maybe used.
Uh,
Nah, they couldn't have done that. They couldn't have done that.
what's the green trailer? I don't know what's with that.
I think it's supposed to be more accurate to a real life tanker. Just depending on what chemicals it's hauling, I guess they have to be like a certain color.
Hmm.
Or some companies have like,
What is this?
wait, a Spider-Man Zoid? What?
Hold on. Wait a minute. There's a Monster Hunter X Transformers to be revealed.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Hold on. The Monster Hunter one has me interested. There's a lot they can do with that.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
There is a lot they can do with Zoids and Monster Hunter.
But
They
it's
could
Monster
give us-
Hunter X Transformers here.
Oh
Monster
wait,
Hunter
the Monster Hunter X Transformer.
Transformers.
That's got me. Oh, it's probably going to be a Rathalos. So that means we might get.
But does this transform? Does this
Oh.
look like it transforms? It doesn't look like it transforms. No.
No, I don't think it does.
Oh, there's a Black Spider-Man special.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's part of the T-Spark line. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Takara's doing a lot of work this year, like the Monster Hunter Transformers. I'm really excited for that.
They have the T-Spark IDW Rodimus also.
Oh, JJ, you got somebody.
So you just gonna gloss over the Godzilla stuff and not chime me in so that I can talk about it? The disrespect.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Pull the Godzilla back up right now. Pull it up. Pull it up. No. Pull it back up. Okay. So, I have a question, Takara. You had Beast Wars Megatron. If you were gonna bother doing any retooling, you should have just scooted away the Laser Prime and did the retool work on the Beast Wars Megatron to actually make that look like Godzilla. It would have made way more sense.
It would have made more sense. As I looked over at my Beast Wars shelf, like, no, they wouldn't have done that. Like,
Mhm.
So
I think
let's
it's
face
because-
it, it's not Godzilla if there's no spines.
No, it's not.
Unless maybe in the future Hasbro can just, you know what, we're not gonna do what Takara did. We're gonna do a remold of Trypticon as Godzilla.
It's not impossible. And they're like, a lot of Godzilla fans would spend that money on that figure too.
Now, between the two of these, I'm not even going to lie. The one I'm more likely to get is the Kiryu.
You mean the one up here?
I am more likely to get that one. And for those who know me, you already know why.
Can someone explain why the Mechagodzilla type Optimus Prime has blue on him?
That is actually in reference to the super armor packs that attach to Mechagodzilla / Kiryu in the film Godzilla against Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Because the main body portion is the silver, much like how this entire figure is silver, and the armor parts that attach to them are blue.
Hmm.
And to further add to the whole, this is supposed to be Optimus Prime's body representing the Japanese military. The tanker trailer is in green to represent the Maser tanks.
Okay. That's where the green came from.
And and to take it a step further, all of the piss yellow translucent plastic, it's meant to represent the lightning effects that would actually shoot out of Mecha-G's mouth when he was fighting Godzilla.
Okay.
See, I know my stuff.
So how many times have they used this mold already?
A lot.
No, hold up. This will be use number 5.
So we have
Laser Prime.
We have regular Laser Prime, we have Nemesis, we have Toxitron, and we have Target Prime.
Target. Yeah, this will be the 5th use of the Prime mold or of the Laser Prime mold.
So Laser Prime, we got Scourge, Toxitron, Target Prime, and now this Prime. So five uses.
I would personally call this Kiryu Maximus.
They're definitely getting their money's worth out of this mold at this point.
Or call him Mecha Prime.
No, just Kiryu Maximus.
Okay. Kiryu Maximus.
So yeah, anyways, back to the reject. This is not Godzilla. This is his charred younger cousin.
Younger cousin.
Like, this is like, I can't even begin to describe how disappointed I am in this. I had been toting, like JJ, you can more than testify, I had been toting around how the only thing that should be acceptable is a retool of the Beast Wars Megatron out of the Kingdom line and a retool out of the Primal from the Kingdom line to turn them into Godzilla and Kong to coincide with the new movies.
I think they'll probably do that in the future. I don't know.
Now, granted, I do see why they're doing this, because one of their best films, especially within Godzilla's history, was any of the films that Kiryu debuted in. Because those are movies that are actually, to this day, still highly regarded and well loved among Goji fans. So, and obviously, like Acer, in case you didn't already know, I am a massive Godzilla nut. I'm a big fan of basically the King of the Monsters. I've always been a fan, long time. So when I say what I say, it's because I come from a place of knowledge. This
that makes sense. Like,
this-
the only Godzilla movie I've seen is Godzilla -1.
And that's a fantastic film. That said, this is a disgrace to Godzilla's name in my eyes. Like, this is not Godzilla. It just isn't. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's Megatron cosplaying as Godzilla.
No, it's Grimlock cosplaying as Godzilla.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if you change the head and claim it's Megatron. This is Grimlock cosplaying as Godzilla. You can't tell me otherwise.
Wait, did they even keep the Autobot logo on like the Dino chest too?
I don't know. Wait, let me check. Let me see.
No. Like in Dino mode or Godzilla mode. I saw theirs looked like the shape of like the auto badge.
No, there's no auto badge on here.
They kept where it should be. They kept it.
Why they kept where it should be, but it's not there anymore.
Why would they not have that painted black to match the rest?
I actually might have an explanation there as well.
Okay.
Now, granted, colorization-wise, definitely not accurate, but if we're going to be playing off of the whole this is supposed to be Godzilla, realistically, if this is the Millennium Age Godzilla, and those same movies that both Kiryu and Godzilla are both in, one of them, Godzilla has a scar on his chest, where it was from the battle with Kiryu.
That makes sense why it's like right where it is. Okay.
Yeah, so at that point, that's where I think they're getting the inspiration there.
It's still so weird why they went with Grimlock instead of
Beast Wars makes.
Yeah, I mean, like, granted, Godzilla's not a T-Rex, but like,
yeah, honestly,
Megatron could have been retooled enough to be more accurate.
The way Godzilla stands, mostly, it's pretty much how this Grimlock stands up. or how
Yeah,
to.
and it's not exactly easy to get that Kingdom Megatron to stand up like this in Dino mode,
They probably didn't want to have to deal with making a bunch of new parts, so they probably went the cheapest route, which is unfortunate.
which is I had to catch myself there. It's a disgrace.
It's a shame.
Disgrace, and I'm so unbelievably disappointed in Takara here. I can't believe they. Oh my god!
Like, yeah, no, like Takara, they probably would have gone with the Beast Wars Megatron if they got the, I guess, budget necessary to retool the Beast Wars Megatron. the way they
Yeah.
wanted.
Anyways, so this Shield D Prime, what is this?
It looks cool.
It's
I like it.
a combination of Transformers,
So-
Zoids, and Diaclone.
Wait, so it's a transforming Liger. Hold up, can you zoom in on the robot real quick? I need to see. I kind of need to see that because this look. These fly sons of guns.
All right, I'm gonna
These
get some more water.
fly sons
Be
of
right back.
JJ.
Hmm?
Scroll down slowly. Now we see how great this is looking so far. So just work with me here. Work with me here. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Can you imagine this turning into an arm?
Hmm?
This could very well be the beginnings of a new Leo Breaker. And there went his mind. I think I just broke you.
New Leo Breaker? Wait, hold on.
I think I broke you.
New Leo Breaker? What?
I broke him.
I could. No.
No, look at the robot. Look at the robot. And Matt, now envision it turning into an arm. That's the beginnings of a new Leo Breaker. I just broke him.
Oh, if this becomes a new Leo Breaker figure, I want Hasbro to do a brand new Galaxy Force Prime. It needs to happen. Because I cannot accept that Galaxy Force Prime from Siege. I cannot accept that one.
Hey. Let me be real. Let me be real. Give me a second. Give you a second. Give your boy a second. It works.
I mean, it looks. I mean, that Galaxy Force Prime from Siege, it's fine. It's a fine figure. It's a fine retool. But honestly, he needs to be a commander class like Armada Prime. So, yeah. Because if Hasbro can go screen accurate with Override and Metroplex and Hot Shot and Vector Prime a bit, they need to redo Cybertron Prime. They just have to. They just have to.
Anyway, so what else got announced?
Okay, so some other news. We got some new listings of a brand new Transformer series that's coming out that's replacing Earthspark, unfortunately.
Oh no, I meant of the T Spark stuff. I already know about all this. Fraud.
What other? So they said there's going to be a Macross 7X Transformers crossover figure.
Okay, let me get a look at that.
All right, what have I missed?
Yeah, it's this. So they have this coming into work, so they're going to use this. So
Oh, okay. And to answer your question real quick, Acer, I broke JJ. That's what happened.
Oh shoot! I went to go get my caffeine and water at a good time. Yeah, the Monster Hunter one I'm excited for.
Yeah, that I'm definitely intrigued by as well. I need to see how that's going to turn out.
Please do either like a Rathalos or like an Elder Dragon.
Look, I'll just take any form of beast former from this line that I can possibly get because I've been meaning to look into more from Monster Hunter. I just don't have it in me to actually play the game.
Oh, dude, the game is pure pain. Like, I'm a Monster Hunter fan. The game is painful.
Okay, so those Spider-Man things, they're not Transformers. They're just strictly Zoids. So there is no robot modes to them.
G1 toy style Jetfire. What?
Huh? Are we supposed to get that?
That's weird. I don't know why he said that, but anyway.
Why we would get that? Like, unless they reissue the G1 like Skyfire toy.
Yeah. So is that it? Is that everything?
That's it for Transformers X. Whatever.
Okay, then. So real quick, go back to the Shield D Prime real quick. I'm going to explain to Acer precisely where I broke you.
Okay.
Okay, so Acer, look at the robot.
All right, I see the Prime head.
Imagine that turning into an arm.
Huh?
Imagine it turning into an arm.
An arm?
An arm.
Acer is broken now.
Okay, so if I did break you, here's where I'm going with this. The Shield D Prime. This is the beginnings of a new Leo breaker.
Oh, that'd be so cool!
Got him.
That'd be cool!
Yeah, see how I broke JJ?
Yeah, no, that'd be incredible. I was looking at it like, wait, an arm and oh, Leo breaker. That makes sense. That makes too much sense.
Hey Hasbro, I'm on to you.
We know what you're planning.
We know what you are doing. We know what you're planning. You're gonna stop us.
We can hope it's not gonna be another one-off like how the what was it, the Jurassic Park, the JP-98, I think is what it was.
JP-93.
JP-93. It was one of those years.
Oh,
Okay, Cyberworld.
with sad news, Earthspark will end this year, unfortunately.
Which I
wait,
still have not seen season 2.
I need to get around to finishing season 1.
Season 2 has been pretty good, so
It's not over yet.
it's not over yet. But
Maybe they'll give it a conclusive
final
enough
batch.
ending.
The final batch of season 2 for Earthspark is coming out this year, later this year. So we're getting that. And also, I watched one YouTube video where it confirmed that Earthspark season 2 will have 2 different special films. So,
Oh, cool. So it's getting the Cyberverse treatment.
yeah, there's one special film in 2026 and one special. One special film in 2025, and then one more special film in 2026. So officially, Earthspark will be done in 2 years.
Okay, so they're just taking their time with ending it.
Yeah, but so after Earthspark is done, they're gonna do a brand new Transformer series, and these are rumored for 2025. So it is called Transformer Cyberworld.
That's interesting. Okay, so we have.
Oh, it's interesting. So the first listing we have is a Transformer Cyberworld CC Mirage. But what the heck is CC? I have no idea.
Cyber Changer.
Yeah, that
Okay,
sounds right.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
So we have the
More like-
Galvatron is interesting.
But
like-
what intrigues me here is Scorponaut Strike Battle.
Are we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it gonna be like a G, like the Headmaster Scorponok or the Beast Scorponok? We're never consistent with that.
Oh.
I don't know, but it's cool that Scorponaut is going to be in this series. And then there is a Cyber World Armor Galvatron. So of course the world needs more Galvatron. So
Yeah, the Galvatron is what really has me interesting.
yeah, Armor Galvatron. I wonder what that's like. Then there's gonna be a Cyber World CC Skybite. Who's the smartest shark down? Who is the So Skybite, the episode-loving Predacon shark or Decepticon shark from Cyberverse, is getting some more love, and I'm happy for him because I love that boy. I love that Skybite. I love Skybite, man. Absolutely love Skybite. Yes, I'm glad he's getting another figure in the Transformers line. And there we have the Cyberworld CC Meg Bull. What does that mean? I have no idea. It better not mean Megatron as a bull.
That would be. I don't know if they would do that, but based off of the
Bull.
oh,
Meg Bull.
It could be a typo, and it could be a new horrible.
Horrible.
That
Or could
would
be like a combo. Maybe a combination between Megatron and the bull.
it could be.
Like what they did with the Cyberverse line, like those armor bits.
Yeah,
So-
that'd be really cool. Like I had the little Shockwave one for a long time.
And then
Now
there's
we're
gonna be
getting
a Snarl. This is Snarl. So I guess Dinobots are in the series.
Okay.
Okay. What's up, public?
Going on?
Hello, hello.
Then we're
I see you guys
getting
are looking at the new.
The new
What's that?
series coming out, yeah, Cyber World. And
Oh, hello, Republic. You missed my blatant disrespect and disappoint of the Godzilla crossover stuff.
I think it
already
was more
saw that.
Takara disrespecting Godzilla at that point.
Okay, so after Snarl, we're getting a Cyber World CC OP Off Road.
Off-road Optimus Prime.
Okay, that makes sense.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. I want to see
And
his
then
whole
a Chomp and Battle Grimlock, that's gonna be like one of the gimmick toys.
Yeah, Chomp and Battle Grimlock. So Grimlock is in the series. So
I care a lot more about the fact that we're going to be getting a Skybite toy in this line.
Oh yeah, and of course
you know
never-
I'm hyped on that one.
that means we have 2 Skybite toys coming out next year.
That will be nice.
2 Skybites. Interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna be heading over to an early screening to watch Transformers 1 in about 5 days.
Yes, I'm watching Transformers 1 on the 30th of August. BC was out of his mind when I told him that.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he totally was.
Like I wish I could get in to see the Transformers movies early, but I'm not cool enough for that.
Yeah, I'm
Then
just
Armored Cyber changes assortment. There's a Cyber changes assortment, so time will tell if we get more listings. But so far, that's what we're gonna get for this new series, Transformers Cyber World. So, okay, cool.
Is it like a sequel to Cyberverse or something?
I don't think so.
think it will be. I think they're
I
gonna.
don't think so. No.
I mean, it did have the root word cyber in it.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean it's gonna be a sequel. So
Right.
only time will tell.
Yeah, we didn't even know what these characters would look.
But I've heard that Galvatron will be the main villain of Transformers Cyber World. So.
Ooh, that's first.
First time in a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
He hasn't been a main villain since. I don't want to count Age of Extinction because that was
That's just Megatron being.
being reformatted and he just
Reformatted.
claimed the name Galvatron.
Yeah.
Megatron reincarnated, as Brain said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting some more voice castings confirmed for Transformers 1. So Darkwing will be voiced by Isaac C. Singleton Jr.
Not gonna lie, I like all of the voices I've heard in the trailer so far.
Then Arachnid will be voiced by Vanessa Liguori. Have no idea who she is. Shockwave is voiced by Jason Canopoulos Alvarez. Sure. Um, and also Soundwave is voiced by John Bailey. Sure.
That big voice guy.
Jazz is making a comeback in Transformers One.
Yeah, after 17 years.
Finally.
Yep, he's making a comeback. It's been a long time since he's been in the movie. It's been what? 17 years?
17 years.
2007.
years since Jazz was in the movie.
And they won't
he's being
disrespect
voiced-
Jazz this time.
Jazz is being voiced by Evan Michael Lee. Okay, and of course, Starscream is voiced by Steve Buscemi. Sure. Yeah. And with third-party news, TFC Toys will be finally finishing off their own take on G1 Abominus. So
Took them long enough.
took them long enough. Yeah,
I never kept up with that one.
it's interesting how they use the what molds did they use? Did they use the Seacon molds for this?
They did indeed use some of the Seacon molds to make this. They're heavily retooled, but they did use them.
And they look great together. And this is the combined form. Oh,
that looks so good too.
it looks so good. I wish Emga reviewed this set. He never reviewed this set. I don't know why. Maybe he just preferred the unique toy sorted.
Maybe.
I can almost guarantee you this is either going to be around about the same size or smaller.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does look really nice. Like, it looks really nice.
Yep. It looks awesome. And of course, they're doing the Kang Toys. Kang Toys is revealing their swoop.
They're moving on to the Dinobots?
Yeah, they've already done they've already moved on with their snarl. So
Their swoop looks really nice. Like,
The swoop looks dope. By the way, real quick, one of the members in the group gave the disappointment that was the Godzilla a new name, Megalock.
yes, I can accept him as Megalock. But anyway,
They'll save.
what about Grimatron?
No,
No, we don't.
no, absolutely not. No.
That's putting too much respect on the name of that. Like, I'm not even that big of a Godzilla fan, but like that.
I don't know. Grimatron sounds nice. Grimatron.
JJ, I will throw you midstream.
How about failed Zilla?
How about
Now that I'll go with.
How about Grimatronazilla?
Bro,
JJ
JJ.
trying to save the Grimlock one. That's funny.
Anyway, so the Kang Toys swoop. I've been contemplating getting the Snarl. I feel like there is a very specific reason as to why the swoop looks the way it does, because let's face it, these are very Chinese sounding names.
Oh,
So
they
there's
combine
gotta be some sort of Chinese reason as to why.
too. There
I mean,
probably
Kang
is
Toys
the
did
first,
their Predator, so they
like-
did their Predator.
like maybe like a not historical reason, but like,
But it looks awesome. Looks cool.
Oh, you take the
Oh.
backpack kibble off of not Ultra Magnus, Alpha Trion. I didn't know you could do that.
wait, off of Alpha Trion, off of the
Yes, the Prime changes Alpha Trion.
wait. Oh, mine's in beast mode. Never mind. I don't want to transform it.
It's a very simplistic transformation.
Oh, give me a second.
I don't know what else they showed.
I already did a review on him. I don't need that kibble anymore. Bye-bye.
So real quick before we move on officially, I present to you a CB Bean.
Oh,
Oh, precious beanie. Precious beanie.
A super CB Beanie.
Super sleepy bean. Precious. He is precious. Okay, so now we know what Soundwave transforms into in Transformers 1.
He
And
transforms into nothing.
Basically, he turns into nothing.
it's
Looks a little
basically
better than the
using
Studio Series one.
using the Studio Series Bumblebee movie alt mode.
Yeah, which I mean basically cements this as like the Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast are in their own separate timeline now. Which
I mean, it's a Cybertronian mode, so I got no complaints. So
yeah, I mean it's fine. Like
just type the word Cybertronian in front of it. It can look however it wants. So
like I think a lot of people they put too much expectations on some Cybertronian modes. And
Yeah.
Starscream looks pretty close to how we did in the Bumblebee movie one, jet-wise, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, how did you...
127. Megatron.
Oh.
And we have Prime.
Wait, Republic. Question. When you say you remove the back cable from Alpha Trion, you mean you just took, like, this hinge... Camera, work with me here, please.
What?
Like, here, and you just, like, rip it off?
Exactly.
I know
Does it work?
Well,
Mine is on there.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, it comes off easy.
All right. Yeah, I just found that out.
I don't know if I would do that frequently just to save like the stress on the plastic, but
Okay.
Right.
like,
Let's have a look at Knight Rider in hand images here, so we can see how big he is. That's huge.
yeah, that is a big car. Holy.
Wow. That is a huge car. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Almost the same length as the Ecto 1. Just a little bit shorter. And that compared to the JP12 and compare with Drag Strip, compare with the Prime. Oh my gosh. Wow. And then the LEDs. Oh my goodness.
That is a big car mode.
It's a big car mode. Yeah, that's a big car mode. Woo! Let me look at the all robot mode. What's the robot mode? You see the robot mode scaling. Oh my gosh, that's huge.
Yeah, how much was that crossover? I passed on it.
Brother.
Wow. He's even taller than the Voyager.
So he's looking like
Wow.
he's a big boy. Holy crap.
Big boy. That's a big boy. Oh, and slightly taller than Meg's. Okay.
that thing is big.
And yeah,
Wow.
dude. Agent Knight is massive, dude. Holy crap.
Here we got Agent Knight next to the Transformers 1 Megs and the
Wow, that really puts
Wait, is that next
emphasis
to the
on just
86
how
Prime?
diminutive that Megatron is.
Oh wow, yeah, that thing is huge.
big boy. The big boy. Woo, that's a big boy. Wow.
That was the 86 Prime, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
that was
looked like it.
that's the 86 Prime.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, no, the 86 Prime is also huge.
And unfortunately, 86 Prime had a misassembly issue with the heel spurs.
No, don't say that.
Really? What's up with that?
Yeah, unfortunately, there are reports with misassembly with 86 Prime with the heel spurs.
I don't
So I
want
have to have a conversation with Hasbro.
I mean, I hope it's an easy fix when we get him in hand, but
I hope so, but if it's like a misassembly issue and like you can't fix it, that is like $90 down the drain unless you return it to whoever you bought it from. And then only hoping they'll send you a new copy and hope you get one that doesn't have the issue.
Here's hoping.
A little bit
Like that is, I think that's like my biggest issue with paying like high dollar for some of these figures is like they for how much they cost, they better come perfect.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Especially since it's a commander class price point. So
Yeah, like Commander was like what, $80 back in Kingdom,
back in yeah, no
and
back in
now it's
Siege.
like
Back in
90.
Siege. No, commander class started in Siege. So
Well, like the last year before the Commander price hike, or no, I think Motormaster was still 80, wasn't he? I don't
was he still 80? I don't remember.
I just know at some point Commander shot up to like 90, and I wasn't happy.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm okay with it because at least commanders are still doing enough to warrant their price.
Yeah, like whenever I bought the Ultra Magnus, like I like winced at the price, and then I looked at everything that Magnus did, and I'm like, all right, I can suffer this.
Yeah, the one commander that if I would have had to pay 90 for it, I would have had a hit over it. It would have been Kingdom Rodimus.
Yeah, Rodimus, I was fine paying 84. I think if he didn't have the trailer, he would have been fine as like a standalone leader with his gun
Mm.
and a matrix with some blast effects. But like anything more, like no.
Okay, so I've already said my piece with 86 Megatron being a tank last week because I did a interesting rant.
Yeah, that's way too far. That whole thing.
So the whole thing with 86 megs being a tank, I hate it. Like I'm not asking for a realistic Walther P38 because licensing and like other things, because I don't want like the mega like the gun Megatron to be like a stupid color or have like a really obnoxious round tip at the end of it. Because those are like our two options for getting a gun Megatron.
Yeah, but considering the laws,
Like they can make a real like at a leader price, I don't think we would get a very good gun Megatron.
Technically, the gun Megatron is kind of a little inaccurate because in the show he would transform into a miniature gun that would at least be able for other fellow
Figures
Decepticons
to
for the
hold him.
whole
Like the only like I'll be fine with it if they give us like similar to the vein of Kingdom Soundwave, the core one that came with like the really tiny Megatron, but like a better version of that.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to speak my piece on 86 megs?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, BC. I want to hear it.
Yeah, like legit, I'm gonna need the floor for this because I'm about to rip into some people.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself in case.
Okay. I'll give you the floor. I'm gonna mute myself. I'll give you the floor, BC. Don't worry.
Bean, go to your mom. Okay, so Transformers fans, we gotta have a talk real quick. 86 megs being a tank and not a gun. Let me be clear when I say what I'm about to say. This ain't meant to be digging at anybody specifically. This is me coming at the entirety of the fan base. That said, grow up. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of listening to it. I'm tired of people screaming, he needs to be a gun. It can't happen anymore. Accept it and move on. I'm done hearing about it. The most you're gonna get out of this 86 Megatron in relation to his gun mode, you're gonna get a little accessory of his gun mode that other figures can wield. There you go. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna complain, you're gonna whine, you're gonna cry, and I'm not gonna care because I'm genuinely tired of it. You are gonna sit there. You would rather sit here and repeat history. let me explain something to everybody. There is confirmed cases as well as confirmed police reports of people getting shot and killed by police, all because they had a G1 Megatron outside without the orange cap in his gun mode. And yes, a good majority of those cases were children. So, as much as I try to sympathize with the whole idea of, but it's my childhood, you're grown now. You're grown now. Get over it. Move on. He does not have to be a gun, nor should he ever. Because let's look at it from this perspective. How useless is he if he's a gun? If his gun was an alt mode? Like, dude, even the IDW comic books poked fun at the fact that he used to be a gun. Like, literally, they have Megatron talking to Optimus where he's going, do you not realize that one time you shot me right near my T-Cog, and when I flipped back into my alternate mode, I was stuck in gun mode for years. Do you not realize the embarrassment of that? Exactly. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. If you want a Megatron to come as close to cartoon accurate as humanly possible, take the short little cues that you can get and accept the fact that he has to turn into something else. It's literally the same thing as the Slag Slug. It's literally the same thing. Since, unfortunately, Slag's name can't be Slag anymore, his name had to change. In this particular instance, if you don't want to call him Slug, call him Slag. What's the worst that's going to happen? Like, seriously, what's the worst that's going to happen? But in Megatron's case, it's a lot worse because there's actual legitimate toy laws that prevent it from happening. So crying and whining and moaning about it, you're not going to change anything. Toy laws get stricter and stricter and stricter every year. You're just going to have to accept it. You're just going to have to learn to move on. There's nothing you can do. I'm done.
Thank you, BC, for sharing your thoughts on that whole 86 Megatron being a tank debacle.
Yeah, I mean, even like putting all that aside, imagine engineering that at a liter price too. Like, no.
Honestly,
Megatron, I can't hold you.
But no, like,
too big.
this is the thing with 86 Megatron, okay? And it's a really huge topic. And I'm still going to discuss it. I don't care how many times I discuss it. Because I'm going to keep discussing it until the figure comes out, which is in 2025.
like, yeah, like I want to see the figure. Like, even if we don't ever get a gun Megatron that's not from Takara, we can still get like the accessory to fit in Starscream's hand.
That's the best way to go about it.
Like, that's the only way we're going to get that. So,
way
like,
to go about
also, he should have just been a tank in G1 anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
and his war and take a look at this. His War Within storyline, he was a tank. So
In the War Within storyline, he was a tank. In most of the IDW continuities, he's a tank.
in Revenge of the Fallen, he was a tank.
like
Dark of the Moon, he was a
Cybertronian. Like,
Even he was a
the Republic.
Even he was a Cybertronian tank in the video games. Fall of Cybertron, War of Cybertron, he was a Cybertronian tank.
In Devastation, he was a tank.
like the only way,
I
like,
think that's the inspiration for the alt mode for 86
Yeah.
Megatron.
And then concept art Megatron, he's a tank.
or he's a triple changer, but the triple changing thing feels kind of forced to give it that price point.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
granted, hold on. Granted, animated Megatron, he was a helicopter.
Yeah, he was
But
like
But Marauder Megatron, he was going to be a tank.
yeah, like there's a
Well,
lot of arguments to make. It's like, would we like a Gun Megatron from Hasbro? Like, I guess like a reissue of
Mono
the
Megatron
original
is also a
toy,
tank too.
maybe, but like that's kind of iffy.
you see, we've already gotten the Gun Megatron from Masterpiece. Boom, one deal done.
Now, let me say this real quick. You want to know who wants a Gun Megatron more than anything? Hasbro. You want to know why?
I'm sure they
Because
would.
the very moment they announce that they're doing a new Gun Megatron, where he turns into as close as humanly possible to the Walther P-38, do you realize how fast the pre-orders on that would sell out? No one
Oh man,
would
I'm
be
sure
able to get it.
Hasbro, I'm sure they would love to. Like, I'm sure the design team,
Yeah,
they're like,
they would
can we
love to.
please do the Gun Megatron? And like, they're they have to go through a lot of like, office
They have to
politics
go, yeah.
and like corporate politics to get like their toys made the way they want to. Because the
Yeah.
designers can sit there and they can come up with like a beautiful design, but then someone's going to come back and say, no, that costs too much. Try again.
Yep.
And that design gets scrapped for some reason, and they can save it
You know-
for
Even then,
like it's just a bunch of like really stupid office and corporate politics that keep a lot of the toys the way they are.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
They could come up they've come up with phenomenal designs that are like the perfect rendition, like the Kingdom Megatron. Like that's the perfect Beast Megatron that we have at an affordable price.
Considering
But
okay,
then
just
also get,
unrelated. Siege Megatron, the Netflix series Megatron was a tank, and you know what he said in that Netflix series? He is the weapon. His tank is the weapon.
yeah, like I do enjoy the callbacks to that kind of stuff.
I mean,
Like
how much more powerful is a tank compared to a little tiny gun that just sits there, nobody using him? I mean, have you seen that one G1 episode where Megatron is stuck in gun mode? Like, no one is literally using him or holding him. No one found him. Like, the Autobots could just easily step on Megatron and kill him.
yeah, what's funny is that episode could have ended everything like that, but
It literally could have ended Megatron's life lickety split, and Prime would not have died in the 86 movies.
But yeah, like I don't think Hasbro will ever deliver on a modern gun Megatron for numerous amounts of reasons. Like you can put forth like the toy gun laws and like other legalities, but then there comes to the point of like budget, engineering, and price. Like they could get past the whole legalities and like find a way to make it happen, but then they have to want to engineer that into toy form. And we've already seen the MP Megatron. That thing's a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, I had it at one point. It's a nightmare.
Like that's why I said it like in chat. Like at leader price, like that engineering would be awful, and it probably wouldn't be a good toy if it was a gun. Like putting everything else aside, like yes, it was horrible. Like because we have to move past all of the horrid things to move on to now. Like if you look at everything now with the way that the engineering is, it would still be terrible even at leader price. So like we'll just take the accessory and that's it. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Just make the like the tank mode could be whatever, it's a tank. But like just make the robot mode as accurate as you can make it, and the tank mode can be whatever. Huh?
Yeah. What?
But, all right, sorry, hang on.
On a change of subject, how are we feeling about the Decepticon protoforms from the movieverse making their way into the studio series?
We're getting protoforms?
No, not to say that they are, just like in the future.
Oh, if we I would love protoform figures.
I would love.
They're
to get
very
protoform.
fascinating design, and
We
there's
have
quite
a
a
lot
variety
of
of
potential
them.
with those. Like since they've added in the Gamer Edition subline, especially from like the 2007 DS game, they could give us the protoform for like the Autobot and Decepticon. Like that'd be perfect.
And they could give us the Rise of the Dark Spark, those Decepticon mercenary dudes from Lockdown's team.
More
I
Shadow
want to think
Raiders.
about Rise of the Dark Spark. Oh,
I mean, look at the bright side. They're gonna do it anyways. So
I know, but it's a bad game.
I didn't really hate the game. I actually loved the game. The best part of the game was using Age of Extinction Grimlock.
I don't know. I've played some bad games, and that's a bad game.
I haven't played enough games.
Hero.
So.
Like it's not just a bad Transformers game; it's just a really bad game overall.
But anyways, back on the protoforms, I've actually come up with a few ideas because there's a variety. Because there's like the normal protoforms, which are the Decepticons. They just turn into the asteroid. There's also the Dreads. And then there was some seen in the Voyager and Leader scale as well. I guess those could be turned into pickup trucks or police cars.
Speaking of dreads, they need to redo Crankcase.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm gonna say this.
Crankcase is more of an inaccuracy than the Studio Series 86 Megatron.
See, the series Crankcase that was released a while back, it was a total disgrace to the Crankcase design. I'm like, bro, Hasbro, what are you doing?
And anyways, I was thinking for a leader class Decepticon protoform, they could just make him turn into a fire truck.
Yeah,
So I noticed there were some fire trucks driving away really fast. I don't know if those were protoforms or people trying to drive away from the
No,
carnage.
it might have been people trying to drive away, or they would have been like the KSI drones.
Either way, it would still be great if Hasbro were to do a leader class version of a Decepticon protoform. That could be the alt mode.
Okay, I have returned. What's going on?
We're like speculating on what protoforms would look like in the Studio Series.
Oh, we haven't even touched on the Autobot protoforms.
Yeah, like we could have so much potential for the protoforms. I mean, like
Although,
functionally, they would all be the same figure, essentially, just at different scales.
yeah,
I'm good in this regard. I've always hated the look of the protoforms myself personally. Just
I grew
Really?
up on the movies, so I love them. But yeah,
I like because like for the games I played for the movies, it was only like the DS games I got to play.
I would have liked to play those other movie tie-in video games that you could play on the old consoles.
Oh yeah, like on was it the PS2 and PSP, or was it PS3 out at that time?
PS2 and PS3.
Okay, so like
Surprisingly.
it was probably that weird transition era between console generations then.
Oh my goodness, the KSI drones being in the Studio Series. There's quite the variety because it's different vehicles and there's different color variations for the vehicles.
yeah, and then there's Junk Heap. They still need to make the Junk Heap.
Oh yeah, the 3 junk heaps. That would be great. Those junk heaps I would buy rather than the 86, in all honesty. The idea is how would they make them? Because they'd all 3 of them had to combine
See,
to
there's only
form into one little garbage truck.
live-action movie character that I would buy in the Studio Series, and I'm convinced not a single person here would guess who it is.
Oh, the Decepticon 2 heads would be great too. I mean, the KSI 2 head would be great.
I don't know what
Day
series.
Trader.
I believe
Would it be Rise of Beast Prime?
No, Day Trader. I would take a Day Trader.
A Day Trader would be really cool. Not gonna lie, like even if Day Trader was just like a nothing character in the movie, I still like his design a lot.
Oh, which reminds me, the Decepticons from Transformers 5. Like Onslaught, Nitro, Berserker, Dreadbot, even a leader class Megatron. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Just
it was
even
like
thinking about it.
who was it? Nitro Zeus was repainted for the KSI drone. So like a lot of people who didn't get Nitro Zeus just used the KSI drone to stand in for him.
Right. I still think
that's
they should
what-
do a remold, as that mold is like 7 years old now.
Yeah, like the mold is
Yeah,
still
they
really.
they need to do a new mold for Nitro Zeus to have him have the accurate shockwavy head sculpt.
Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, the mold is still really good, but like it's definitely aged.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, they also got to do Barricade. Let's hope he doesn't have the feet problems where his feet don't necessarily support the figure as he's standing.
Oh, my last night barricade, the backpack just snapped off. Like
Ooh, yeah, I remember that.
it was not fun. Like I was just going to transform it one day, and I just like the backpack. I just hear a loud snap. Like
Oh,
oh
the unsatisfying
Oh, boy.
snaps are painful.
That is not good.
yeah. I think it was the third time transforming it too.
And then, of course, there's the Revenge of the Fallen Decepticons, which there's actually quite a lot because there's the Protoform Decepticons. All I have to do for that one is just like one that's just a normal, and the other one that has spikes and just a slightly different head than the other. Oh, and I think they should redo the Constructicons. At least 5 of them to where they transform from alt mode to robot.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna redo the Constructicons
Not
anytime soon
anytime soon, at least.
Yeah,
because it's already done the Devastator. So
yeah, I think the Devastator Hasbro gave us was good enough as is.
yeah,
Like
that's
it's not perfect, but for Devastator to not cost an absolute crazy amount of money, they did what they could, and I think it's fine.
Right. Oh, another character that would be great to see in the Studio Series would be a Revenge of the Fallen version of Bone Crusher.
Ooh.
Although I wonder if they would have him remolded because the mold is kind of a little old. It's like 5 years old now because it came out in 2019. Oh, he should come with wrist pistols too, or something. What's another Decepticon that would be great to see in Revenge of the Fallen? Oh, the Appliance Bots. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, the appliance ones would be really funny to see. Like they wouldn't have to scale with anything, but like they would just be really,
Well,
really
you
funny.
see, Hasbro kind of messed up with the scaling on the core class when it came to Laserbeak.
Oh yeah,
Big
no,
Laserbeak.
they messed up that scaling super hard because Laserbeak was what, person sized, or like average adult male sized,
Yeah, he was.
and I have him next to Barricade and Soundwave, and he just goes up to their hip, in which Soundwave and Barricade were at least 15-ish to 18 feet tall.
Right.
So,
Oh, and it would be great to see Dispenser have his own Studio Series.
Oh yeah, like give us the mountain.
Like, would you rather be a deluxe class or just a Target exclusive Mountain Dew crossover figure?
I think it would be funny to see him as a Target exclusive Mountain Dew crossover.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he like all he would have to do is just turn into a box. It's all he would have to do. And some people just don't necessarily need.
what's happening? Why do I hear some voice in the background?
I don't know. I need to go close my door. My girlfriend's playing horror games, so.
Oh my
What?
goodness! I
Okay.
recommend FNAF. I'm kidding.
She's playing horror games right now, so like if anyone sounds like they're dying in the back, like I promise, everything in my house is fine.
My goodness.
She just gets really scared really easy when she plays horror games. So like
Oh my
sometimes
God.
I'll be in my office like in here gaming, and I'll hear her screaming, and I'm just like, "Is she okay? Should I go check on her?" Like, and like I'll listen for a couple minutes, like, nah, she's fine.
Who's she being chased by in the horror games? Crankcase?
Maybe.
Well, I was like, is she okay? Is your girlfriend okay? I'm like,
She's fine. Don't worry. I just didn't think she'd be this loud, like this early on, or late early. It's still kind of early for us because we work nights. So
I started getting into binge watching Theory Misses videos because I figured it's been a while since I've watched this stuff, and I remember his stuff being pretty entertaining because his theories were always fascinating.
Wait, whose videos?
Theory Miss.
Ah, I remember him.
Yes.
He
He's a
used to be
theory
called
legend.
Theories back in the day. Yeah, he used to be called Trans Theories. I know, I remember.
Same. I noticed when he was doing a video about the appliance bots, one of them had a similar design to Dispenser, just significantly smaller.
Mm.
I forgot which one it was.
Dispenser. What?
Yeah, there was like a smaller design of one of the appliance bots. It was like a
Ah.
smaller version of Dispenser.
See.
All right, what was I saying earlier about a new dispenser? Was like just make it a box is all it has to be for the alt mode, but make it the Mountain Dew machine.
Well, if they could do both a soda dispenser and a vehicle,
What
Why not?
size would he be?
I think for the funny and to make it a posable enough robot mode, make him a deluxe.
yeah.
Like he doesn't have to scale since he's just a soda machine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, an Xbox core class would be great too.
Wait, Xbox Core? Oh, like
Oh, yeah, that one.
In the comics, due to copyright reasons, he was referred to as Y-Box.
that's funny.
He was referred to what? Sorry?
So if Hasbro were to ever get into the comics stuff, which they will after 86, just not movie stuff. But even if they do the movie stuff, it would be great if they did a Y-Box. Just for the variations.
Oh, he was just called White Box. Okay.
That would be entertaining. That'd be
Xbox
funny.
and Y-Box.
Okay, that'll be hilarious. They just call him White Box then.
I mean, Hasbro's making collabs with Transformers and everything, even Takara is. So, like, I can see it. Maybe they'll actually partner with Microsoft for it.
Right.
Have a literal Xbox turn into a robot. Anyway.
I mean, they've already, like, Xbox has already partnered with Lego for a 360, so.
Yeah. Well, it was actually not Lego. There was another. It's another brand that kind of does Legos as well. It's called Mega Constructs.
Oh, it was that, yeah.
They did the Despicable Me Minion mobile.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing Minion stuff too. Speaking of more crossovers, an Oreo bot would be great too. Yeah, that one seems unlikely, but still.
It would be really funny. It's like Transformers has collabed with every like company, like IP that Hasbro owns currently, and like I really, as not good as they are, the Beyblade crossovers was like actually kind of funny.
Mm.
What's another thing? The steering wheel.
Steering.
Did that jerk just dent my car?
Oh, the steering wheel.
No, not the steering wheel.
Oh, the steering wheel. Yeah.
Oh, wait, how would
Absolutely not.
So it was the steering wheel that was the Transformer and not the whole car?
It should have been the whole car.
Steering wheel. It was just literally a steering wheel. It literally turns from a steering wheel into like a little spider thing. So,
Yeah, if it was like just the steering wheel, how would it drive the car? Like, we need to go. Like, well, we only have like a quarter of a tank. Like, go anyways. We'll steal gas from the gas station.
I don't.
Frenzy needs a core class too.
Yeah, Frenzy does, and so
They
does.
messed up the scaling before. They could do it again, and it wouldn't matter.
He needs a core class. Yeah,
I
he
know
needs
we
a core
got
class.
the Ravage with the. It was with Blackout or Grindor we got the Ravage.
Yeah,
Grindr
Grind.
was Ravage, Black
It
was
was-
Scorponok. I also think Scorponok should have his own core class too.
Yeah, we need Scorponok and
Frenzy.
Ravage to get their own figures.
Oh yeah, they need to get their own transforming figures. Yeah.
Like they don't even need to scale properly, but we need them.
Yep, we need them. We need them badly.
Personally, I think a battle damage Bumblebee would be great, where he comes with his shoulder missiles and his cannon.
With 2 legs missing.
Well, they could just blacken up the legs to,
Yeah, I guess show like the intended design.
yeah. Oh, and his chest has to be completely blackened too, because he got shot right there.
No. I don't know what it's happening. Trying to transform Jetfire into his
Oh,
vehicle.
and please,
Oh.
please make a cube, an affordable cube accessory.
All right, Bob. To answer your question, if we got married and then divorced, which half of Jazz would we guys get? I don't think she likes Transformers to the degree that I do, so I would probably get all of Jazz.
If they were to do a Battle Damage Jazz, I wonder if they would base it off of the original 2007 Battle Damage Jazz. Or maybe just make a new mold where you could split it in half. That would be funny.
Yeah, they would only have to modify like a midsection part too for that.
Right. And he would have to come with an extra intestines accessory.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so like what the
I
Masterpiece
mean,
came
they
with?
did it with the Masterpiece, so why not?
I think part of why they wouldn't do that is Hasbro tries to market stuff to be as kid friendly as possible.
Hmm.
But I mean, also we do have childhood trauma 2-packs, so
Yeah. Oh,
Have those, yeah.
which thank you for bringing that up, because what I think they should do with the 2-packs in the future is they should do 2 Age of Extinction 2-packs, one with Ratchet, the other with what's his name, Leadfoot.
No.
I believe theoretically those are the only 2 killed by Sanitary Wind.
why would you do this,
No.
Republic? Why do you hate us?
No. Why?
Don't. They could just be battle damaged.
Why?
They would look really cool battle damaged.
Republic,
then-
why would you do this to us?
Okay. If
For
they
the
do
other
it,
2-pack, hold up.
they-
I haven't mentioned the other 2-pack. Sorry, dude. For the other 2-pack, it should be battle damage Barricade and another Decepticon protoform. Should they do those protoforms in the future?
no.
I mean, those would sell maybe,
I mean,
especially with the
You're not
Ratchet and
wrong. They
Leadfoot.
would sell.
you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. But
They could just be battle damage. You could pretend they survive.
why would it even happen?
Well, I've watched some of the Theory Mist theories, and I believe theoretically Ratchet and Leadfoot were the only 2 that died, because the Cemetery Wind hunting down the Autobots was pretty recent. It was like within a week before Optimus Prime met Cade. Theoretically,
Yeah.
because then there was the part where what's his name, Attinger. He went to go ask what's his name, Lockdown, about what happened in Mexico City. It's like, what happened in Mexico City? I thought you had him. Of course, they were talking about Prime.
I want to confirm something to Bob. Core Class is not dead.
Yeah, there was an interview.
Yeah, there was an interview. The Transformers designers said they confirmed that Core Class is not going away anymore. They're not going away. They're not going anywhere. Okay.
Why
they're
would
not-
they get rid of that in the first place?
If anything, the thing.
Also, I want to confirm. I just want to make sure that this is correct. So, for those of you who are asking,
Bless you.
oh my
Bless
gosh,
you, dude.
for those of you who are asking why Studio Series 86 Perceptor is going to be released again with 2 cassette bots, Ramhorn and Ratbat.
Oh, he's coming with more accessories?
I
Yeah,
don't
he's
want to have to buy that for Ram Horn.
I also don't want to have to buy it, but I have to buy it for more cassette bots. I had to do it. But
I'll pass.
for those of you who are asking why, why Studio Series 86 Perceptor is going to be coming with the Ramhorn and Ratbat, I watched the scene again. I watched the scene in the 86 movie where Perceptor is literally getting attacked by Ratbat.
Yeah.
And Ramhorn saved Perceptor from Ratbat.
Also,
So that's
I
why.
did-
I think that's why. Yeah.
I did watch the movie again. Speaking of like specific random scenes, this is actually too big. As nitpicky as it is, this is too big.
I'm sure it's no big deal, especially since it's core class. So core class can make
Yeah.
the exception for it being slightly inaccurate, just slightly. It's no big deal.
But yeah, like core
Yeah.
class, like
Exactly.
the only way I would see the price point going away is like they still want to design the core class figures, but then they're given like the constraint of the deluxe budget,
Hmm.
where they pack like 2 core classes into the deluxe price point, similar to the Revenge of the Fallen RC sisters.
Oh, they should do core classes of the RC sisters, but that's not happening anytime soon, as they are getting reissued or
Yeah.
re-released.
I have the core class RC sisters, and like individual, like they're not terrible. You can definitely see that they put a lot of effort into those figures, but it's still like they're not. I wouldn't play with them just because of how many small parts are on those things.
I'd rated E for effort.
And how
Yeah.
easy the parts can pop out. So
Like there was effort put into that, and I can appreciate it, but I still wouldn't play with them.
They tried doing or they tried doing something where all 3 of them could combine into one figure, but it just looked weird.
I didn't even know they could have combined until I forget who reviewed it and who brought it up. But, like,
Emgo reviewed it.
I think it was MGO I was watching, and like I was like, how would I even accomplish any of this at this like
There are
like
no
this big?
instructions. They don't have instructions on how to combine them.
Oh, how about a Studio Series NDE1, where it's just basically 49 or not 49 Megatron. Listen to me, 54 Megatron, where he has a little bit of an ice weathering to him, and he also has an updated chest, and he comes with his fusion cannon, even though he was seen with his chain whip.
I mean, that could be cool.
That would be really cool. I mean, again, in terms of movie figures, there's endless possibilities because there's also the comics, concepts, and video games.
Oopsies.
And it's optional, but basing things off of the older movie toys.
I mean, if that's what Studio Series is going to go for in the future, hey, I'm good with that. So
Yeah.
I'll
But
be
then you
happy
plan on
with that.
doing, what is it? Transformers Animated?
Ooh.
The comics and Transformers animated. What's his name? The guy who recently came back to do
John
Transformers.
Warden?
John Warden, yeah. He said that he wants to focus on Transtech stuff and the comic stuff and the who else and what else? Animated in Studio Series.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a long time. If they're
So they're gonna give us comic edition stuff, which would be really cool.
Yes,
After the
please
86.
do the rest of the DJD in Studio Series.
I kind of hope if they give us the full DJD, I kind of hope they give us a redo of Tarn just to make him bulky.
Canopy never got a figure, too. The
Oh,
thing
yeah.
is, how would they do a Canopy?
He would just turn into a pile of trash.
I'm sure they can make like a damaged dump truck. Just
Yeah.
the dump on the top.
Hey, what is up, Bob the Awesome Bob? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Bob.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh
Well,
my
before
god.
they do payload, before they do, what's his name? Canopy, they should probably do a payload before.
Right.
I mean, it's a simple repaint of long haul.
I'll be right back, gents.
All right.
Hey, TFN Geek. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone.
Sorry for delaying your entrance into the stream.
No worries.
But how you doing?
Doing great. Finally getting hot summer weather now that all the public schools are back in where I live. So it's been like that for years now.
I wonder how close we are to the 86 Optimus. He looks pretty cool, despite that slight inaccuracy.
I remember Amazon said that he was street dated for release on November 1st. So where almost 2 months away.
He might come the previous month, like maybe October, because you know how
Yeah.
they like to re-release. Excuse me, not re-release. You know how they like to release things earlier.
Yeah, they bump up the street date.
Oh, and I believe he was supposed to be released into the retail stores like Target and Walmart, or Target, as far as I know. It's been
Maybe.
so long since I've seen Commander classes in the Targets.
The last Commander class figure I ever saw at retail was Earthrise Skylinks.
Oh, I remember Skylinks too. There was one instance where I saw Rodimus.
I absolutely love Skylinks. Earthrise Skylinks, such a great figure. I love him.
He looks pretty good.
Way
never
better
met
than
him,
Combined
but-
Wars version. Way better than Combined Wars Skylinks. So much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
back.
yeah.
1 sec.
Okay, it's just me and TFN Geek.
Oh dear.
All right, I'm back.
Hello, Acer.
Hey,
Need a transit. We've never had a bus transformer. Yes, I agree.
it would be really sweet to get.
We need a
Yeah.
Rise of Beast concept art transit. That's the only Decepticon in the movie. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. I stopped by my local Target the other day and found absolutely nothing. So I went on Amazon and I purchased my first Transformers 1 action figure.
Yeah, is it the Prime?
Yes, it is. But
That Prime is really sweet.
but it's probably not the Prime. But the Prime I purchased is probably not the one you're talking about. I got this guy.
Oh, Sentinel Prime. Oh yeah, he's really good too.
Sentinel Prime. I've heard
Like-
that he's good too, but I can't wait for the Studio Series Voyager class version. So
All
Oh,
of the
same
Prime
here.
changers are actually really fun so far.
Yeah, the main
I
reason so last month in July, I actually saw a copy of Sentinel Prime at a Target store that I visited, and I passed on the figure entirely because I felt the $20 price tag wasn't worth his small size. But then a few weeks later, I looked around my Transformers collection and I realized I only had 3 action figures of Sentinel Prime in my collection, and this has become only the 4th one. So that's what made me change my mind and decide to add it to my Transformers collection. Was how few Sentinel Prime action
I have
figures I
returned. Sorry.
have.
Oh, that's nothing. Check this out. This guy, the Quintesson, the sticky breath guy.
Mm. One thing someone pointed out is that if you look here on Sentinel Prime's box art, take a close look at his jet mode.
Yeah, I hope that's something that could be done in the Studio Series.
Oh yeah, that looks like the Starscream mold.
But that's the thing. On the actual Sentinel Prime action figure, the elevated tail fin and the underside cannon don't exist on the
Yeah,
actual Sentinel Prime figure.
So
If they
then they
were to do
might
that-
just because they're going to eventually give us a Studio Series version of like Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave, which will probably be really good deluxes. Like this version of PAX Prime being a deluxe, it's really good.
Is that the Studio Series figure or is it
It's the Studio Series one. I have both the Prime Changer and the Studio Series. It's really hard to recommend one over the other because they both have their place in my collection. But like I think it's either on the Prime Changer or the Studio Series one. You can pop the head off of the 2-pack Orion packs, the IDW looking one, and put on one of those figures to have a more accurate looking one.
You know, growing up as a movie fan, I still think it would be really nice seeing certain 1986 characters being integrated onto Studio Series. Like, of course, Megatron, a remold of Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave.
Yeah, I really hope we do get a new version of 86 Starscream because the one that came as the Earthrise retool, I was like, this is awful.
That poor thing needs to retire.
Like, come on. The engineering is, at least, that came out in what, 2022?
2019.
The 86 Starscream?
2020.
Oh,
2020.
no, 2022. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
the 86, the Earthrise Starscream came out in 2020 and then got re-released like 2 years later.
That
Yeah.
figure beat the shelf
I
warming
mean,
of
I
helicopter
appreciate
dropkick.
the retool of the hands. I appreciate the retooling of the hands. But
Mhm.
It
and I
should have been a
appreciate
new
the
mold.
coronation gear. But I think that Starscream is good enough for the coronation gear. uh, other than that, they should definitely do a brand new mold for G1 Starscream.
I'm just glad they're not
Mhm.
doing any repaints
But
off of
that
that figure.
means if they do a brand new mold of G1 Starscream in Studio Series, if they make him an A level figure, he's then they're gonna reuse the mold 5 more times.
Oh
Mm.
my!
I mean,
Oh,
as long
yeah,
as
for
the mold that
repaints.
they make is good, that is fine.
Listen,
I
Skywarp, Thundercracker, Starscream, Dirge, Ramjet, and Thrust. Why not?
Mhm.
They're
I
gonna
just
do it.
I was hoping before Hasbro and Takara Tomy retired either the Siege or Earthrise molds that we'd get Sunstorm before those molds were retired.
Oh, we need
Oh,
a
we
Bumblebee
got
Halo
Nova
Sunstorm.
Storm, not Sunstorm.
Didn't we already get
Mhm.
Sunstorm in the 3-pack of Siege?
I think
That's
that was
Nova Storm.
Nova Storm, not Sunstorm.
Oh, that's
There's
Yeah,
Nova
that's
Storm.
someone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
It's
and it's kind of
unfortunate.
it's kind of confusing, but Nova Storm is
confusing.
yellow and Sunstorm is orange.
Wasn't there a secret called Black Death or something?
I think
Or I think it was a
I-
different name.
I don't know, but the
Mm.
three Seekers that I would have wanted either in the Siege or Earthrise molds that we never got figures of are Sunstorm, Bitstream, and Nacelle.
Don't forget Red Wing and Hot
Mhm.
Link.
We got I'm not naming off all of them. I'm naming off the ones we never got figures of.
Ah, I get it now. Let alone
Yeah.
the Bumblebee movie Voyagers or the
Mhm.
Bumblebee movie Cores.
Mm-hmm.
Because now with the Core class Starscream being integrated, there's a possibility they could do all those.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm going to be grabbing that Starscream or not because I already have
I'm
like
not.
all of the important Seekers plus Blitzwing. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Speaking of Blitzwing, it would be great to see a Cybertronian version of Blitzwing.
he would probably just be the Starscream but with the Blitzwing head.
Thundercracker / Skywarp.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed they're not doing the glossy black head part for the head sculpts anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just doing the normal. Oh, by the way, I can't wait for that Age of Extinction Leader class Prime.
Ooh,
That has me excited because I have the original Last Night Voyager and it's good. Don't get me wrong, but
It's getting old. Much
Yeah.
like the Nitro mold, it's getting old.
Yep, it's getting old.
oh yeah, like Omega.
Yeah.
Like I told JJ earlier how I got my copy of Skywarp and it was the funniest thing ever and it's never happening to me again.
No.
Like the guy knew how much he should have cost, but because I guess I was waiting for like 5 or 10 minutes for him to come from the back.
Yeah, he bought the figure for $20.
The question is, would he be the night version or the evasion mode? Personally, I think it's a night mode because I don't
I
think.
think it would be the night mode for the price, unless they
Either
give us-
way, I feel both of them should still come with the striker gun.
they should.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. I'm probably gonna be wrong in the future, but he's gonna go with the
If
striker
it's a
gun.
leader class prime, then duh, it's gonna be the night mode prime.
If
Because
they're
I
gonna
don't
do a
know if
leader class night prime,
Because you
they
gotta
also have
work
to
so
add some
much.
accessories.
because
You
if
just
it's
have-
leader words are
Leader crap.
hard. Leader class
Leader
night
class.
prime. I hope they
Leader
focus
class.
more.
I don't know if you guys agree with me, but my top 3 leader class figures that I'd love to see released in the Studio Series line, which are all from the '86 movie, I would love to see leader class figures of Shockwave, Astro Train, and Galvatron.
Astro
So,
Train, Commander.
Galvatron's coming out next year, so
Yeah,
yeah, 86
Galvatron's
Galvatron's coming out next year.
Oh, sweet.
Astro Train is, he was slightly teased at an event where they talked about how we would love to be able to go back and redo Astro Train for the sake of 86. And based on how Springer turned out, I think that would be a very smart idea, kind of ride on the coattails of that.
I think they would make Astro Train at that point a commander, just so they can improve everything.
Mm.
Like
Now
Springer,
that said, where I slightly take issue with what Fan Geek said. By the way, hi, how you doing? Been a while.
Doing great, BC.
Where
You're doing-
I take issue with you saying that is Shockwave. Do you literally want this 86 Shockwave to just be typical G1 Shockwave, or do you want this to be a Leader Class 86 concept Shockwave where he turns into the Decepticon warship?
Would it be more accurate if he was a Voyager?
Well,
If
I
you're just talking,
personally
like-
would go ahead, Acer.
Oh, sorry. If you're just talking like pure G1 Shockwave, like what they pulled off in Siege was like this close to like pure perfection.
Yeah, that
Like, it was-
like you
Yeah.
Now, do you understand why I said
Like,
why I
yeah.
took issue with that Shockwave, that C Shockwave, other than all the octopus gunk?
Yeah, no,
Like-
I wouldn't want that. What I would want is a full-on Generation 1 Shockwave at leader class height, and if even though his alt mode was a science fictional laser pistol, they could do what they did with Six Shot in Titan's Return, just flip it upside down, say it's a submarine, and call it a day.
I mean,
But then
they-
fans can flip it over like
So
they did with-
basically, you just want it to be slightly larger and have a more accurate looking laser pistol mode.
exactly.
I mean, they sort
Okay,
of
I
did
see what
that
you're
with-
talking about. All right.
That's my dream leader class Shockwave.
You could sort of do that with the Siege Shockwave if you turn it upside down and you extend the little like the bridge of the ship.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do that.
Well, that's
To add
basically
when
G1
certain
Shockwave.
figures should have been included in the studio series from the movie, I forgot to mention the garbage bot, which is basically long haul just turned into a trash can, garage truck, garbage
Mhm.
truck. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
speaking of 86 and all that, if I may, JJ, I kind of want to spin the conversation back around and speak on something that we know is coming sometime next year.
Right.
I want to hear what everybody has to say about it and whether or not they're going to be excited for it and want it, or if they genuinely feel it's a waste of time and they're not going to bother, and here's why. I want to take a minute. Actually, no. JJ, is this okay?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So here is where I am going to basically try to lead the discussion here for a little bit. Studio Series 86 Devastator.
Yes,
What-
and yes.
I want to hear in detail whether you guys are excited and actually want it, or you're not excited, you think it's a waste of time and money, and here are the bullet points as to why you feel the way you do.
Like for each us.
yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, like obviously if you have no opinion, you don't got to speak on it. I'm trying to engage in conversation because I kind of
Yeah.
disappeared for a minute.
So
Right.
for me, I'm gonna start first.
That's fine.
Studio Series 86 Devastator. It's been a long time coming for a proper cartoon accurate G1 Devastator. While Combined Wars Devastator was good enough in combined mode, each of the Constructicons were not that great. Their portions were very off, but they had to be compromised for the combined mode itself. But with Studio Series 86 Devastator, each Constructicon is going to have a proper combined mode, but also they're going to have properly proportioned robot modes, being cartoon accurate and all, and with great looking alt modes, clean looking alt modes, clean looking robot modes, while at the same time having their own combined modes. Now, we're having 2 Deluxes, 2 Voyagers, and 1 Commander class 2-pack with Long Haul and Hook, because they become the main torso. They become the whole chest head section there. What I think of that, I think that is quite clever. I think we're gonna get our money's worth with Studio Series 86 Devastator. I just cannot wait to see how he looks, how he works, how he combines. And I'm thinking that he's going to be the same size as the Legacy Menasor.
He is.
And yeah, I cannot wait to see that Devastator in Studio Series 86. I've been wanting Hasbro to do a Studio Series 86 Devastator because Devastator was an important part of the 1986 film. He literally appeared in the 1986 film, so he's got to be part of the Studio Series 86 subline. And yeah, I don't think it's a waste of money. I think they're gonna get their money's worth with that combiner. And considering that they're gonna finish it off in 5 to 6 months during 2025, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this. Yeah, just
Okay.
bring it,
Mhm.
bring it. Yeah.
All right, who's next?
All right, I guess I'll go next. Like, I genuinely like following JJ's tracks. Like, Combiner Wars Devastator looks really good, and there's a bunch of third-party options, but a lot of people really want an official Hasbro one, right? So, nobody wants to sit there and pay like the full box set price. Like, hell no to that for me personally. So, like, getting it over time in like various like 2-packs or deluxe scale and Voyager scale for some figures to eventually make the full-size Devastator, like, absolutely do that. Like, I don't have a Devastator for G1. Like, I have the Bayverse Devastator, but I don't have a G1 Devastator, and I love the 86 movie. Like, last week, we had company over for, like, a belated birthday party, and one of my coworkers heard me talking about the 86 movie, and I was like, I'll put the movie on for you. Like, she hadn't seen it, so I was like, all right, I'll put the movie on for you, and it's still a phenomenal movie to me. But it's not a waste of time, waste of money. It's one of those, like, Hasbro can always improve the engineering of the figures that they have at the time. They can always do better, make things work better or easier. At least for some things. Like, I don't know how much more they could do to improve this. But if you're looking at things from, like, what have they released recently for that style of figure, we got Combiner Wars last. Like, that wasn't... It was okay. Like, even for the time, it was fine. So I think Hasbro could do a lot better of a job with not Combiner Wars, with a new 86 Devastator if they release Constructicons individually or in multi-packs to help improve accessibility and availability of each individual member. That's really all I got to say on that.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, fangy, you're up.
Me? All right. Well,
Yeah, I'll go last.
okay. If I have to be honest, I am excited for Studio Series 86 Devastator, but I'm disappointed that we're getting Long Haul and Hook last, because if they release Scrapper, Mixmaster, Scavenger, and Bone Crusher first, that means we're going to have the arms and legs, but no torso for them to attach to. So I don't see the logic in saving the torso box for last. I mean, I made no mistake. I still enjoy Combiner Wars Devastator. I still enjoy having him in my collection, but I don't keep the Constructicons combined as Devastator on display in my collection. I actually still keep them in the box because that's the spot where I have the most room, and that's true for almost all of the Titan class Transformers that I have. The only ones I have on static display right now are Predaking and Thrilling 30 Metroplex. So most of my Titan class Transformers I still keep in the box after I transform them, and if they have stickers, get them all stickered up. But the main gripe that everyone has been having with Devastator, and I almost did this with my own copy, is that Scrapper, Combiner Wars Scrapper, if you keep the Constructicons transformed to Devastator for so long, the little plastic hinge where his steam shovel attaches to form Devastator's right side foot, it will snap off because it can't support the weight of Devastator for a prolonged period of time. So that's, I think, one of the main motivators that people who've had copies of Combiner Wars Scrapper break on them. That's why they're excited for the upcoming Studio Series Constructicons.
Okay.
So, of course, Studio Series Devastator, that whole G1 Devastator, is a little overdue for a redesign, as the the Combiner Wars was a long time ago. Personally, I'm a little cautiously optimistic because they are doing it all under 6 months with Devastator, which again sounds pretty cool, but that sounds a little rushed. Again, it would be really cool if they could pull off something like that and still have all the figures accurate. But if it fails, then that would be pretty embarrassing. But that seems a little unlikely. Oh, and the Commander Class 2-packs. They're both Voyagers, which are about $35. And for both of them to be in a 2-pack, or basically Commander Class, would that still make them $90 or $70? I'm not sure about that. But either way, I hope it all turns out good in the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody else got to speak on it, so I think it's fair for me too as well. Here's my issue with the idea of 86 Devastator. I know that there's a lot of people that still to this day really like the Combiner Wars one, and you're entitled to feel that way. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape and point at you and tell you you're wrong. Feel that way because everybody has their aesthetic tastes, and if the CW matches that aesthetic taste for you, then hey, that's your perfect Devastator, and you can move and you can have that. Here is where I know for a fact in my own soul, 86 Devastator is going to become my definitive Devastator, even though I have my qualms. I am somebody where I no longer buy things because I need it to fit specific functions. I have very much become a how is it gonna look once I ultimately put it on the shelf kind of person. I have very much over time become display not play. And I'm gonna own that. So ultimately at the end of the day, I'm excited for SS86 Devastator because of how close it's gonna come to his actual animation model. That said, the animation model cannot be perfectly replicated. It's just not possible. Because there's a lot of cheating you would have to do to get that to work.
I think trying to get anything fully accurate to 86 is going to be like a nigh impossible task.
Exactly. And so where I ultimately stand with it all is I would very much appreciate it if I could get all of these figures out where if for whatever reason I decided somewhere down the line, okay, I would love to have a representation of their robot modes on my shelf as well. Then what do I do? Because at that point, I really need to think about, well, how are the figures going to look? There's a lot of things with 86 Devastator that until I physically see it, I cannot make that decision. As it stands right now, the one I do have on display is the NBK. And I got to tell you guys, looks great. Just don't touch it.
I always thought the G1, or not the G1, the 86 figures were harder to do than the movie stuff. Because the movie had more mechanical detail.
So I am at that point where I'm very much with Republic. I'm cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, I have experienced enough of SS86 to know from a quality standpoint, this Devastator is going to blow it out of the water.
Like Megatron, hopefully.
Yeah, like the only way I can see that Devastator is going to just absolutely suck is if QC for some reason is just incredibly shoddy.
Yeah, but that's why I think it was a smart decision to lock Long Haul and Hook behind the Commander class price point, because then they have a lot more room for success.
Yeah, that's why I was fine. Like if they do like the two, like you said, the Commander 2-pack, like that is fine. Like if that means those figures get the budget that they need to be what they have to be, like heck yeah, give us that commander budget. Because it's one of those things where it's a shame that like the whole wave gets a budget, and that's why we get some figures that are just phenomenal, and then we get some figures that are kind of stinkers.
Exactly.
Like, it
Now-
is what it is.
Now, you also got to keep in mind, you're speaking to somebody who is an avid defender of 86 wheelies.
I actually really like 86 Wheelie. Like, is he a perfect figure by any means?
No, he's not a perfect figure, but he's still a nice.
Is he nice
rendition.
and fun? Like, yeah, like I can't afford the Titans Return Wheelie. Like, that thing is. I don't even know how much.
Okay, then maybe wheelie wasn't the best part of it.
Maybe
Okay.
we're just a bunch of like avid wheelie
Okay,
defenders.
then let me rephrase it here. Let me rephrase it here, and I'm pretty sure this one's going to make people literally want to choke me here. I am an avid defender of 86 Blur.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that figure.
I love that Blur too.
I don't know why I don't know why collectors hate on it so much.
I think you've just come into a stream where we just enjoy the figures that are probably not well liked among the fan base.
Well, it's got a lot to do with quality because mine is
Like a lot of
unluckily
it is like
qualityless.
I like the 86 Blur, but I think they should retire the Titans Return Blur mold.
But they didn't use.
Okay, then one more time to get the point across. I'm an avid defender of 86 Cup.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's become my all-time favorite cup figure.
Yeah, that's my only cup figure, and
You're sitting there, you're trying to list off like bad figures. Like, hold on, let me look at the shelf. Let me see what is not.
Well, okay, I think I see what BC was trying to do. Let me see
Like,
if I can.
I see what you're trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
because there's enough people that dislike those figures that would garner like, we need a new one of these, like a brand new one.
Well.
Like, give us a new attempt at Blur. That's not a heavy retool of the Titans Return mold.
Mhm.
Except he's really not.
The engineering is
Similar, but not exact.
like, give us like a new Blur that doesn't borrow heavily from that toy.
Well, I don't know how you guys feel, but I am a critic.
Hold on.
I am
Hold
an
on.
avid critic of Studio Series Hot Rod.
But then in that case, I am a heavy defender of 86 Hot Rod.
Hot
I
Rod
would
is
defend Hot Rod all
incredibly valuable.
Freaking
I
day.
mean, G1 Hot Rod, 86 Hot Rod is a perfect G1 Hot Rod. What more can you get?
Anyways, you were gonna say JJ.
I was gonna say this. I compared 86 Blur and Titans Return Blur before, and those two are totally different molds from each other. Nothing has been shared.
Even the engineering.
Yeah, nah, nothing.
The engineering is not even the same.
Maybe I'm a crazy man.
It's
then.
very different. It's pretty much different.
It's just
Do I
like
need to go
it's
grab
like
your
Power of the
straight jacket?
Primes.
No, I mean maybe
It's like
you might have to.
Yeah.
All right,
It's like Combiner Wars Silverbolt and Power of the Prime Unger.
but
Anyways, back to what I'm saying.
yeah, like you can like I will avidly defend like how UBC you'll defend 86 Hot Rod all day, and heck yeah, Armada Prime is a win of a pickup. Figure's incredible.
Brandon Weiss asked this question about.
Oh,
86.
yeah.
Would it be all in one or parts forming?
It's given Hasbro said it was going to be following the same general formula that they had with Menasor. My guess is it's going to parts form.
Yep.
Yeah, if it parts form,
Combiner.
that's perfectly fine. Like
Combiner.
a figure of that, like with how big Menasor is. Excuse me. You're trying to sit there and have everything like come together, combine, and all be cohesive. Like you have to cheat sometimes.
Yeah,
Mhm,
Like you
Yeah.
have to cheat on combiners. There's no way around it.
exactly.
In which because there's like what one third-party Bruticus that doesn't cheat to achieve what it does.
Combiner Wars failed.
Yeah, like Combiner Wars refuse to cheat, And which that was at the time where like deluxes were like what, $15 or $12?
15 to pop.
15.
Combiner
Okay, I wasn't in the fan base at the time of
You
Combiner
see-
Wars. It was like late Titans Returns when I came back.
Yeah.
Hi, JJ.
Hey, so Combiner Wars. I've said this so many times about Combiner Wars. The line just kind of sucked as a whole. To be honest, they
Yeah,
failed. They failed with Menasor. Superion was okay.
like the only one I actively wanted from Combiner Wars was Bruticus, but then I had a lot of people like some years later tell me that like, nah, man, just wait for
We lost
a
your
new
thing.
Bruticus.
Sorry, my internet router has been giving me trouble.
That's
Technical
unfortunate.
issue. I hate technical issues. But anyway, as I was saying, Combiner Wars. It sucked so hard because of the amount of repaints in that line.
I think they just so badly wanted the combining gimmick to work that everything else just got severely kneecapped by it.
And they kind of failed Bruticus because look at Brawl.
Yeah, like the only way I've seen that
Hold on.
Bruticus look good
No,
is
no.
upgraded Bruticus.
You're gonna leave that Brawl toy alone. He is not that bad.
My
Could you
least
imagine like a
favorite
G1 beats live action brawl?
Oh,
You know, I have-
Reboot
no,
Brawl.
shoot, JJ, move BC next. I'm
Oh my gosh, one
going this way.
Yeah,
Yes, another
my
1v1.
I have to be honest, my Brawl is actually he's my second favorite of the Combiner Wars Combaticons. My top favorite is Blastoff. My third favorite is a tie between Swindle and Onslaught, and then my least favorite Combiner Wars Combaticon is Vortex.
Didn't they redo Vortex and Power of the Primes?
No. They just what happened was when Takara Tomy released Bruticus in their Unite Warriors line, they retooled his rotor blade and gave him 4 props instead of just 2.
I remember I thought I saw like an actual proper blast off in Power of the Primes.
No, that was still Combiner Wars. What happened was it was part of Amazon's Prime Wars Trilogy set. They released 3 exclusive figures on Amazon.com in 2018 in celebration of the Prime Wars Trilogy. Space Shuttle Blastoff was celebrated Combiner Wars. Then there was Deluxe Class Repugnus for Titan's Return. And then we had Punch Counterpunch for Power of the Primes.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a
I remember now because Punch Counterpunch and Repugnus, I never got black. I could never get any of the Amazon exclusives.
I only got the Punch Counterpunch and Repugnus. The Blastoff, I just didn't even care because I don't even have the Bruticus.
Like the Punch Counterpunch, I got because of another Amazon 2-pack in Earthrise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know,
The Galactic Odyssey collection.
when I got Punch Counterpunch, it took me a while to fix his shoulders because the shoulders were kind of misassembled a little bit.
So,
Yay! We love Hasbro QC on online exclusive.
let me ask y'all a question.
Yes.
Okay.
How many unique molds did Combiner Wars have?
Okay, there is.
I know
And
the
we're
answer.
not we're not talking when they were reused or retooled or repainted.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
strictly
Yeah.
talking first time use.
So
How
Okay.
many unique molds did Combiner Wars have?
I'm going to
I'm
I
guess.
know the answer to BC's question because I went completist on Combiner Wars and got them all.
okay,
I'm
can
going
I
to guess
can I-
about 8 to 10.
I'm gonna say all these unique molds. Okay, I'm gonna say all of them. I'm gonna say all of them.
Okay.
I need to go to TFWiki for this.
Well, I know. Well, I know the answer. Would you mind if I say it, BC, to everyone?
Go ahead.
Guys, the number of unique action figures in the Combiner Wars line, ones that were never repainted or retooled into any other characters, 1.
1?
There was only 1 unique action figure for the Combiner Wars line. And
Which
you guys
one was
won't
that?
believe which one it is. It is Legends Class Bombshell.
Huh?
One.
Uh-huh.
one.
Okay.
One.
I think he misunderstood what I meant.
Oh, you're talking like original molds that were the base for everybody else.
Yeah, BC was talking about original mold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For
When you
for
said-
original molds, I'm
Oh, okay.
going to guess 10.
Okay.
With that department, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna speak out all of the unique molds from Combiner Wars.
Mhm.
So, in Legends class, we had Bombshell, Powerglide, Blackjack, Groove. Am I allowed to say Buzzsaw?
No, you are not. Don't even try. I will smack you.
Wasn't Buzzsaw an original mold in Combiner Wars?
He was the here's what Titan's Return is gonna be like figure.
Oh,
Okay,
shoot.
so I can't say him. Shockwave. Okay, let's just say Shockwave.
Okay,
So-
yeah. Shockwave does count.
5 unique molds from Studio Series because the rest were like reuses.
That is
Okay, so again, that's 5 reuses just in Legends alone. That's not counting the figures that genuinely mattered.
that is
So in Legends class, there are 5 original molds in Combiner Wars. 5. Because we got Bombshell, Powerglide, Blackjack, Groove, and Shockwave. 5. 5 of them.
okay.
Okay, so in Deluxe class, we got Alpha Bravo, Dragstrip, Firefly, Skydive, we got Breakdown, Dead End, Off Road, we got the Rook. First Aid doesn't count, right?
No,
No,
he's a
first
retool.
it does not count. He's a retool.
So he don't count. And Brawl. 9 deluxes with original molds.
Did you even remotely try to mention the rest of the aerial bots?
I didn't mention Air Raid because he doesn't count.
That is true. He's a retool of Skydive.
Oh,
Yep.
that's unfortunate. So I was already wrong, but I assume
So
there were
that's
less.
14 original molds so far. Slingshot, I don't care because he's a retool of another aerial bot. So
Okay,
Oh, you
now-
forgot. Oh, you forgot one. Deluxe class Groove.
oh shoot,
That is true. That is
Oh,
true.
wait,
10.
they had the
10
legends and the
10
deluxe.
original molds. 10 original molds in deluxe class. Okay, yeah, 10 original molds. That's 15
So we have
so far.
That's 15 original molds thus far.
Okay.
16. Space Shuttle Blast Off.
Wasn't there ever a Volcanicus combiner at all?
That was Power of the Primes.
That was Power of the Primes, which was
Oh, that was
basically
later.
Combiner Wars 2.0.
Anyways, so then we would actually go into the Voyagers, the Silverbolt, Prime,
Hotspot.
Hotspot, and
Uh,
Skylance, and that's it.
That's 4.
There's only 4 Voyager molds,
4 Voyager molds, original molds.
and again, we're not counting the reuses out of each mold.
Mm-hmm.
We're not counting those.
So realistically speaking,
That's 19 so far.
that's 19 unique molds
Did you guys count
In-
Space?
combined wars, huh?
Did you? I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you guys include the Space Shuttle version of Blast Off among the deluxes?
That's Power of the Primes.
That's considered Power of the Prime. So technically,
No, well,
he doesn't count.
technically, Space Shuttle Blast Off. Takara Tomy released him in their Unite Warriors line the same year.
So like when we're talking about like Hasbro molds, that's
Welcome
going to
in,
be
Big
more
Smith.
towards Power of the
We're-
Primes because
okay.
it released the Power of
Okay.
the Primes
Okay.
here.
No, I get your guys' point of view.
So yeah. Firstly, hi Bricks.
Hey, yeah.
Hello.
Then second, that's 19 original mold for Combiner Wars specifically.
Okay.
How
So-
many unique molds did Titans Return
Wait.
have?
We're not done with Combiner Wars yet. Leader class. leader class.
Oh
We
yeah,
haven't
there was
done-
like Megatron, Starscream, and
They didn't play into the gimmick, so we're not counting them.
Well, even
Oh.
if you did count the leader class
But
figures,
if you
just to go
did count the leader
completionist.
class figures, it would be Megatron and Ultra Magnus because those are two unique molds. Starscream we don't count because
Because he was a retool of the Thrilling 30 Jetfire.
fire. And of course
Yeah,
you
so
got
the
Devastator.
Combiner Wars
Devastator.
Seekers aren't the original molds; they're retools of Jetfire.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know. Just in
No,
case.
we forgot Devastator. We got Devastator.
Yeah, so Titan class.
Yeah, Titan class Devastator.
Mhm.
So we have all of those unique molds.
Mhm.
How many does Titans Return as a whole have?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot.
Exactly. And there's my beef with Combiner Wars.
because
That toy line relied on, for the sake of making the argument, I'm just going to say an even number. It relied strictly on 20 molds to push it all the way to the end.
That's why it earned the nickname the Repaint Wars on
Exactly.
social media at the time.
Exactly. That is a toy line that lived and breathed off of repaints and reuses. Titans Return did not need to do that nearly as hard.
even
Yeah.
Power of the Primes, they had their own share of unique molds too. Like
Also-
all the Dinobots were
Hold
original.
on. Although I found it hilarious that in Titans Return they started the whole releasing the repaint first and releasing it as the colors it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that did technically start with Titans Return.
Oh, the pre-tool.
Oh
one?
yeah.
Actually,
No.
no, wrong. Alpha Bravo.
Alpha Bravo. Wait. Oh.
Started with Combiner Wars. Also Optimus Prime and Motormaster.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget Optimus Prime. There were two different versions: the white version and the red. The regular red and blue.
Yeah.
Was there not another subline which kind of had the art style of Titans? Titans Return.
Combiner Wars Motormaster.
There was Combiner
Sorry,
Wars, Titans
sorry, BC,
Return, and
say
Power
it
of the
again.
Primes.
Say it again.
I won't hurt you, JJ.
Just say it again.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I don't want to.
Just say it again.
Oh,
I already look. Okay, I already felt sick after whispering it. Okay, I don't want to say it. All right, just move on.
Just,
Well, I-
just say it. No,
I
just
can,
say it.
I can please
I
put my
thought
two
you
bits in. It's in the white Battle Core Optimus Prime that Briximus mentioned. That is, for me personally, one of the first examples of a Transformers figure selling well because of social media. The reason why that figure didn't shelf warm and it became hard to find from the moment it was released is because everyone on the internet was saying, that figure looks a lot like this character from IDW's comics, this character named Nova Prime. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people bought.
I
You
think
combine
that's
them
why. I think that's why there was an SND upgrade kit for the Battle Core Prime to become Nova Prime. So.
Mm-hmm.
But how about Power of the Primes? How many unique molds did that line have?
Not many, because not all of the Dinobots are unique molds. Sludge is a retool of Slag.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
Grimlock is a unique mold.
Hunger is a unique mold.
All of the
No,
Terrorcons,
he is not.
All the Terrorcons were unique molds only because of their heavy retooling for their beast modes.
Yeah, isn't Hunger a unique mold? Because I don't think he's a retool of Silver.
He is. It's just
He
like
is.
Grimblur
He is
and
a he's a retool Silverbolt. Don't
BC
Hasbro.
and-
No, listen to me for 1
Oh
second,
yeah,
please.
Hunger being a retool of Silverbolt.
Hunger 1000% is a retool of Silverbolt. If you actually pay attention to the way both figures actually function, you'll see it.
I remember whenever I got that figure and trying to figure out how he worked in like his transformation into combined form. It was like, yeah, this is basically a retool of Silverbolt. I was like, I don't know who that is.
Well, here's the argument against him being a unique mold. If you I actually did my own personal side-by-side comparison of Hunger with Silverbolt. If you look at all of the sculpted parts on Hunger, none of them are the same parts used on Combiner Wars Silverbolt. So it's virtually the same transformation used on separate molds. It's like Generation 1 Prowl and Generation 1 Jax having
And
the same transformation, but it's a different mold.
yeah,
At the end of the day, though, Hunger is still a retool. There's no getting around it.
That's where we're divided. I will forever stand by the claim that Hunger's a original mold who just has the same transformation and engineering as Combiner Wars Silverbolt.
Okay, then let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Studio Series Air Razor is a unique mold and has nothing in relation to Kingdom Air Razor?
Probably not.
I honestly have to say no. There are no shared parts with her. It's just the same engineer. It's just similar transformation engineering, but it's a separate mold.
Okay, see, he's standing 10 toes down. All right. If he would have tried to tell me that, oh yeah, no, absolutely, that Air Razor is clearly a retool, I would have been like that. Why the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I know. I remember when she came out and people were like going, "Is it a retool?" But then others pointed out, no, none of the parts are the same. So,
okay, then let me hit you with this. Would you call it a reskin?
One
Like,
other
sure,
note on the Studio
no.
Series Air Razor, she
Yeah.
is ever so slightly bigger, like by the smallest centimeters. She's like a little bit chunkier.
yeah, she's
No,
bigger.
no, I wouldn't call it a reskinning, BC. What I would call it is a redesigning / re-engineering of it.
Yeah, but if it's using the same engineering skeleton, then technically speaking, you're just putting a whole new thing of skin on it. That's why I'm saying reskin.
That's
Just copy my
a
work, but don't
retool,
make
not
it
a
look like you
remold.
copied it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like we changed the
Yeah.
tooling for Kingdom Air Razor to make the Studio
okay.
Series one, but like her mold is functionally the same.
Yeah.
Functionally the same, but sculpting wise, completely brand new. Like,
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
whole new tooling and stuff, like
It's
whole
like-
new sculpted parts, whole new everything else. But
Yeah,
like functionally, it's the
exactly.
exact same mold.
And let me just say out another example with let's say if you take H Deluxe Lockdown and compare it with the Dark Moon Roadbuster, none of them share the same parts, none of them share the same mold. They have the similar transformation scheme and everything, but it's still a different mold altogether. And same thing with Earthrise Sunstreaker and Earthrise Wheeljack. While Sunstreaker may share the similar transformation scheme with Wheeljack, he is a brand new mold altogether.
Mm-hmm. And of course, let's not forget the most famous example of all, Generation 1 Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper.
We're moving on.
Yeah.
Speaking of moving on, from
Yeah.
the Power of the Primes, I believe after that was the War for Cybertron.
Yeah.
Right? The War for Cybertron trilogy stuff.
I feel weird about
Those
bringing
are-
up anything with War for Cybertron as a whole, but basically the point I was getting at is Combiner Wars overall felt like a very lazy toy line in comparison to both Tides of Turn and Power of the Primes in a sense, because at least with those, like Tides of Turn, look at how many unique molds it had. You had so many options as far as like actual unique toys that Tides of Turn came up with, and then Power of the Primes, like Brick said, it was literally just a case of copying my homework, but don't make it obvious you copied.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's why I strongly feel to this very day the only successful combiner Hasbro put out in Combiner Wars is Superior.
Hmm.
And it's entirely because that was the only mold where they focused on its structural stability, and that is it.
More mastered. Menasor just no.
Menasor is Menasor garbage.
How about Bruticus?
I modified my copy of Menasor where I took apart Motormaster's thigh and the ratchet joint. I swapped it around so it became a swivel joint. And he's actually quite stable when you turned into a swivel joint.
Hold on.
How'd you fix the shoulders?
The shoulders? Oh, I didn't because I never had a QC issue with the shoulders on my copy of Combiner Wars Motormaster.
So you're able to combine him and move his shoulders around, and the whole thing doesn't come apart.
Nope, not at all. They stayed pegged him fairly securely.
Okay, was it
Sir,
the Computron
Sir?
combiner?
sir,
Yeah.
sir, fangy, buddy, listen.
Yes, please.
Who are you paying for these perfect versions? Who are you paying? Who's your guy? Who's giving you the hookup? I need to know this right now. 'Cause let me tell you, Menasor is my favorite Decepticon combiner team. Anybody here who personally knows me knows I will always have a bias when it comes to Menasor. DW Menasor hurts me to my core.
Mm.
I hate that thing. Like, you got to understand, I paid the full retail price to have a full set of Combiner War stunts.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, I spent an extra $200 on upgrade parts just to take that combine mode and make it basically take it from being mediocre, basically crap and garbage, to actually decent.
Mm.
Do you see the issue here?
I do.
I had to spend an extra $200 just to make this thing semi-likable. I still hurt.
Well, this might surprise you, but out of that mold, the Combiner Wars Motormaster mold, Motormaster is the one. Even though I had to modify his thighs, his hips, even though I had to do that modification, Motormaster is the most stable out of the three uses of that mold that I have. When I put both Combiner Wars Optimus Prime figures into torso mode, you know what happens to them? Even at the slightest movement, the legs pop out of the knee joint, the knee attachments.
Mm.
So the knee attachments on both regular Optimus Prime and Battlecore Optimus Prime cannot hold any figures to them for the life of their existence. That's why I used. That's the main reason I bought Battlecore Optimus Prime to use as a standalone figure for Nova Prime.
So, that said, whoever brought up Bruticus, I think he's all right. I think Defensor is pretty good. Ultra Prime, I could throw it at a wall. I literally could care less. I love Computron, but that's because I got two biases there. One, favorite Autobot combiner. Two, it's a heavy retool of the Silverbolt mold for the torso unit, which we already know how I feel about that.
You know what's so funny about the Combiner War Scattershot? He's been released like 3 times.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And when they released Scattershot for the Combiner Wars line and like in the mainstream line, I thought they were doing Computron next, and then suddenly they just went lazy on all. Oh, we're gonna call him Betatron now.
You know,
and then they released a box set where they called him Computron.
Yeah, I originally passed on the individually released Combiner Wars Scattershot figure, but in 2018, during Power of the Primes, I finally got that figure for 2 reasons. I swapped out the antenna on Combiner Wars Superion, since the antenna on Silverbolt were made out of black rubber covered in orange paint, but on the individually released Scattershot, they were actually orange plastic, the antenna. So that was a no-brainer swapping those antenna out. But the main reason also is because I gave the individual Silver Combiner Wars Scattershot, I gave his laser gun to Abominus. Abominus doesn't come with any large weapons. And at the time, for me, I found Combiner Wars Scattershot on Amazon for just $19.99. So that was cheaper than the upgrade kits that were available on the internet at the time in 2018. So that was another no-brainer for me.
So
Also, just for the
basically-
sake of simplicity, let us not bring up the Seacons.
So the Seacon.
I have both of them right here behind me. There's Piranacon and God Neptune standing next to him.
Okay, you don't
Anyways,
need to flex on us, all right?
So, like, obviously things got better with Siege, and then they kind of went amok with Earthrise. In fact, Earthrise, again, it's one of those, if you know me, you already know this story. But Earthrise was where I jumped ship from Mainline. Because I was sitting here like, y'all are literally forcing me to rebuy all of these characters just because they have more proper vehicle modes. You're like, you mother.
Listen, Earthrise Prime was pretty good at his time.
Mm-hmm.
At his time.
Now, see, Hasbro, I blame Hasbro for making me buy the Earth versions of Sideswipe, Mirage, Prime, Megatron, Starscream. Hey, when they made that Earthrise Secret Mold, I fell in love with it, and I had to buy like what 6 other versions of it.
You want to hear a wild? Go ahead, JJ. I'll say it later.
Really, Hasbro? Really?
You guys want to hear a wild? You guys want to hear a wild story? You're gonna think I'm insane when you hear this. You know what I did when Earthrise, Thundercracker, and Skywarp came out? That 2-pack, and it was released as a Target exclusive here in the United States.
You bought 5 of them.
No, what I did was I stayed up constantly refreshing the product detail page for Thundercracker and Skywarp until it was back in stock, and I finally managed to purchase a copy. I stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning
Good
trying to buy Earthrise, Thundercracker, and Skywarp.
Hate to break it to you, Fan Geek, but I managed to find like 5 of them in a store at one point.
What?
I ran across them
I saw
and the
them too.
Clones 2-pack in a Target
I
one
want
time,
them
and I
too.
passed on them specifically because I'm not really a fan of the Earthrise mold that much.
I never
Are you
saw.
really about to slander these molds in my presence again?
I never saw Earthrise, Thundercracker, and
Yes.
Skywarp.
I like them as the Coneheads, just not as the traditional Seekers.
You know what was the most frustrating Earthrise figure for me to track down and buy?
So DC and I are just gonna break some of this.
No. I'm doing my best to not be violent. I'm trying my best.
I dare you.
I don't get what the problem is.
I didn't even care that the Earthrise Secret Mold had no wrist swivels and waist swivel. I didn't really care.
JJ?
It's not the waist swivel that's the problem.
What is the fatness of Starscream that's the problem?
Yes, and 2, the lack of butterfly joints, like on the Siege one.
The Earthrise mold just sucks.
Well, the
That's what
Siege.
they should, like redo the entire mold.
Well, at least the Earthrise Seeker mold doesn't have an Achilles heel like the Siege figure does.
My
Okay,
biggest
you know what?
issue with
No,
Earthrise Starscream is he can't aim his null raise right.
No. I have had enough. I am not standing for this Earthrise Seeker Mold slander anymore, sir. You need to go in the corner right now.
I'm not apologizing. The Earthrise Seeker mold sucks.
What?
It's all
How do you
right.
say that?
I only tolerate Starscream when he's wearing his coronation gear.
Yeah, well, at least I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but the Siege Seeker mold, this is the Siege mold, it has an Achilles heel where it's dependent on one hinge to transform correctly. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. I wasn't aware of it until someone pointed it out.
Oh my goodness, they made so many pink variations of this Seeker mold from Siege.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
And, yeah.
Are you talking about the backpack?
Okay. No,
Okay, you know
yes.
why?
The entire Siege Seeker mold backpack, it's attached to the rest of the figure on one hinge. So if that one hinge snaps, the backpack / wings and nose cone section of the Seeker mold will be broken off.
Well,
If that one hinge joint accidentally breaks.
okay.
Never
You
had
want
that
to know why?
problem.
You want to know why I dread the Siege Seeker mold?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the reason why I totally dread the Siege Seeker mold. It's not that it's a bad mold. It's not a bad figure.
Mm.
But the chest just keeping just popping off all the time. Every time I transform that thing,
JJ,
Mhm.
the more you talk,
I
I feel
cannot just
DC,
have fun with
he
that.
does look
figure.
like Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna
I
show
just
you
cannot
Wolverine.
have fun
Yeah.
with the Siege Seeker mold without popping off that chest.
The Siege
I-
Starscream was
managed
missing one
to
pin
figure
in the chest, and you would not let that mold live it down, even though they fixed it on every subsequent figure that came afterwards.
Yeah, it is only
no,
Starscream I
cannot.
have that issue on.
No, I just cannot buy another version of the Siege Seeker mold because my first version of the Siege Seeker mold, it was, oh man, the QC with that chest,
Even
part.
though it was fixed on every other version.
Yeah, like
No,
I
it
don't
was
know,
not
like the
fixed.
one like chest
They
QC where it
did
just
not.
like pops off easy, and then you have like the Earthrise mold, which is just like an objectively inferior mold. I'm not
You would have
apologizing
hoping for you
for
to
that,
come on
DC.
Scrapyard at some point. I will throw you.
Acer, I have to
I can
disagree.
understand BC's frustration with the Earthrise Seeker mold slander right now.
The Earthrise Seeker mold is my all-time favorite Seeker mold that's come out to date.
So far, it's the best.
Finally, somebody
I'm
who makes
sorry,
sense.
Tia Fan Geek, but we can no longer be friends.
Oh,
It is-
please. don't
Okay,
say
that's
that.
cool. Bricks, get out.
I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
well, I will say this. My all-time favorite version of the Siege Seeker mold is Shattered Glass Starscream.
Oh,
If only it in yellow.
oh, those colors
That one's
are
at the
so
bottom of
pretty
my
on that.
list.
Oh, the
Only
colors.
because it yellows. I don't like the Shattered Glass variant as much.
I mean, that could become your Sunstorm. So.
Now, but the,
Ha! I already have Sunstorm and all the Rainmakers. Ha ha ha.
anyway, so I could get back to my
No, no, no.
point.
Okay.
Actually, Sunstorm wasn't a Rainmaker, Briximus. He was part of the Decepticon Welcoming Committee along with Hotlink, Nacelle, and Bitstream.
Oh boy.
My point that I was gonna make before we trailed off was the fact that
What was the point you were going to
Earthrise
make, BC?
was supposed to be the jump off point or like the kicking off point for the WFC line where it was gonna win over everybody. And I'm literally sitting here like I said, Earthrise was the line that literally finally convinced me to just drop mainline altogether.
Hmm.
And it was entirely because at that point they were literally forcing me to just rebuy all these molds just with a whole new coat of paint and a whole new vehicle mode. That's it. And I
Personally,
hated
I
that
think-
so much. I'm literally
But-
sitting there like, you just made every single one of these toys that I've bought over the past year completely obsolete.
But also, Earthrise was just kind of overall meh to terrible.
Now hold
Well,
up. Now hold up. There's still Snapdragon.
Snapdragon's not very good.
Snapdragon is fine. Don't you dare.
Oh, Snapdragon is fine. What are you talking about?
I have
Well,
tried with
Snapdragon's my
Snapdragon,
favorite
like, I
Earthrise.
sat down with Snapdragon one day, like, let me try to get him posed. Like,
Mhm.
dang, none of
Snapdragon-
these look good. Why?
Snapdragon's
Get
my
good
favorite
at
Earthrise.
posing.
Snapdragon's my
Bro,
favorite
that's
Earthrise
what
figure,
I'm
just
doing.
like Eight Face is my favorite Siege figure. Only because they completed my collection of Decepticon Headmasters. That's why I love them so much.
Now, like, don't let my opinions like sway anyone's enjoyment.
Yeah. I even did a double review
No,
of
I'm just messing with you.
Like
That's
I'll
literally
sit here
all
and
I'm
I'll,
doing.
like I will slander the Earthrise Seekers.
You know what I
all day,
did?
like,
I waited a whole year after I got Eight Face in the Siege line. I waited a whole year until Snapdragon was released. Then I unboxed them both at the same time.
Oh.
Don't get violent, BC. Don't get violent.
The
I'm
reason
trying
why
so
I
hard
waited
not
a
to be
whole
violent.
year to review
overall,
Eight
overall,
Faces
I love
Snapdragon
Earthrise.
together.
I think it's a great line, but I think the problem that ended up kind of hurting Earthrise's reputation as the overall quality of the line was because Hasbro halfway through Earthrise took the War for Cybertron trilogy in an entirely different direction than they had originally planned. The War for Cybertron trilogy was originally supposed to be entirely focused on Transformers Generation 1 characters, but Beast Wars fans were calling Hasbro out and saying, "Are you going to do anything for Beast Wars'? Was it the 15th anniversary of Beast Wars? No,
25th. It was the 25th anniversary.
25th
Yeah,
anniversary, and so that's why Kingdom focused on Beast Wars characters, and that's why we had the shift from Earthrise to Kingdom, and why in the Netflix cartoon we kind of brought the Beast Wars characters in.
Yeah,
Well,
and,
funny
and-
enough,
yeah,
like,
and
John
now we're
Morton
having a
already
hard time
teased
getting
he
rid of
was
them.
planning on doing Beast Wars stuff all the way back in Siege.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I
Because
think
there was an interview with him at San Diego Comic-Con, and someone asked him about Beast Wars, and he was like, "Oh, I can't reveal anything yet, but in the next like 1 to 2 years, you'll start seeing, something."
yeah, because like I know like for the toy lines they have to plan at least up to the first wave, maybe some of the figures in wave 2, like some years in advance. Like they have a bunch of stuff hidden under lock and key for like a long time.
Yeah.
But because it's why like whenever a lot of people they're like, oh well, Earthrise suffered because of like COVID. Like no, wave 1 suffered because of COVID. Everything else past that point, like they could have fixed a lot of stuff for like wave 2 and wave 3. And like wave 3 overall was really good. I'll give them that. It's where they found their footing, but then they just kind of killed it
yeah.
after wave 3.
I think after Omega Supreme was released, Earthrise stopped going up, so to speak, and it kind of leveled off.
Yeah.
It didn't go down, but it stayed at the same level through the rest of its run into Wave 4.
Hey,
But-
Earthrise still gave us a really good Skylinks. Okay, let's not forget that.
Skylinks
Oh,
is a really
I
good. Like,
agree.
hold on, we're not gonna sit here and say Skylinks is a bad toy.
Not at all.
It's
Yeah, he's not-
kind of impossible. He was made to be fun.
Yeah, even I
Yeah,
gotta
so-
admit, anybody who is saying Commander Class Skylinks is a bad toy needs to get out right now.
Skylinks is my all-time favorite Commander class figure. I'll say that
Okay,
right
hold
now.
up.
He's my
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I like Skylinks a lot, but he's not favorite category. Hold up.
Yeah, he's not like favorite toy category. Like Jetfire is
he's
probably
just
one of
me.
my favorite commanders.
I am
Jetfire's
saying-
my second favorite commander after Skylinks. I mean, Skylinks is such a magnificent commander. He even says it on his space shuttle mode. He's magnificent.
But now the whole like everything for Earthrise, like aside, like Earthrise could have been a fantastic toy line. I think there was a lot of factors that kneecapped the toy line, and like a lot of the flack it catches is definitely deserved. But Hasbro is also they've done worse and they've also done a lot better. Because like I understand that like whenever they did Starscream, he was a retool or like rework. They took the engineering of the classic Starscream and they modernized it. And I can see the love was there, but just because the love is there doesn't mean the fruits of your work was great.
I just was a little let down with Earthrise with the lack of Decepticons because they did so well in
That was
Siege
my-
because we had Spinister, we had Ape Face, we had Shockwave and Refractor, and then when we got
like,
into
Siege
Earthrise,
gave
it was
us
just
so
Megatron,
many good
Starscream, like
Decepticons.
all over again.
And then we had Earthrise come out, and it was just like, yeah, we're going to build up all this momentum only to slam into a brick wall and just...
The only real brand new Decepticons on Earthrise were Snapdragon and Scorponok.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. My
By the
point.
way, this is the best commander, bar none. Fight me.
Wait, who
Oh,
is?
it's the best Beast Former commander.
Oh, that's like the newest commander, actually.
Wait, the best... Yeah, as far as like Beast Former Commander goes, Magmatron takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Magmatron takes it, period. I don't want to hear it.
But as far as like
Well,
best commander
I
overall,
confess I don't know how great he is because I still have my copy in the box. I haven't taken him out yet.
Magmatron is really fun, but you got to be careful with some parts when you're transforming it.
Uh-huh.
Just because some parts have to be done in a very specific order.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might stress some of the plastic.
Yeah.
Other than that, like it's really good.
And I still need to get the Magmatron figure.
I have Magmatron on my shelf. I've got him in like his separate dino modes. I need to put him back into his combined mode for robot.
Mm.
I'm not doing the human centipede mode.
um,
But how about
Why?
Kingdom? How about Kingdom?
I'm glad that Earthrise existed because it actually gave me proper toys of the Elecon and the Quintesson Judge.
I think that is the only reason I was happy with Earthrise is because it gave me a place to fill out my 86 shelf. But like, then they came out with the 86 subline like the following year, and like, oh, these were probably planned for Earthrise, but we couldn't get them. Because they can have like the molds and like the engineering and figures plan like a year or so in advance.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to like marketing and like actual like talking about like shelf space and other stuff, like that can be planned basically whenever, as long as like a seller is willing to accept it, or like the stores and like the corporations are like, no, we don't want that. That's why like Hound
No,
suffered.
I
Like,
don't want
Earthbound
that.
Hound, like Earthbound Hound was supposed to be a Target exclusive, but then Target was like, no, we don't want him anymore. So
Yeah,
then
he was supposed to be part of the 86 upline, and then suddenly,
and
boom,
then, like
got
all
shafted.
that stuff, like all the whole like the marketing and the shelf space is all like heavily store dependent, but like the engineering and the figure design is like a few years at least.
But
I
you know,
personally,
we all know that Hound is going to be part of the Studio Series 86 upline at some point because he was in the movie, and considering that Hatchet is getting a figure next year, why
Maybe
can't
we'll see
Hound?
a mass release of like a less color saturated Hound. Maybe like similar to the like colors of Siege Hound.
It would probably just be the same colors they did on that G1 reissue of Hound.
Or that
I was
too.
thinking of the Kingdom subline.
I wouldn't mind having a G1 action figure version of Earth
I'm
Mode
here back
Hound.
again, gents.
But I'm confident we're going to get Hound in the Studio Series 86 line because not only does he appear in the G1 film, he appears in the G1 film in two different places at the same time.
Which is funny. Which is hilarious.
Same with Sunstreaker.
Maybe the other one was
Sunstreaker and Hound
arthritis.
appear.
I'm still waiting to see a potential Studio Series 86 Sunstreaker. I'm still waiting. See Hasbro do that skinny Sunstreaker body in the Studio Series 86 upline. I need that to happen.
And Trailbreaker.
I
Right.
mean, Trailbreaker already got a good one in Earthrise, so I don't think we need another one.
Well, again, that was 4 years ago.
Sunstreaker's
I
another
wonder
one of
if we're
those
gonna
characters
get-
that could get away with an 86 movie figure because he appeared briefly as the pilot of the shuttle that was with Optimus.
I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I wouldn't mind if we got Studio Series 86 Prowl and Blue Streak.
Oh, like a fresh version of Prowl.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like a fish-looking Prowl.
Yeah.
Was Blue Streak even in the movie? I don't think he
Yes.
was.
Yes. Blue Streak appears in a blink and you'll miss him scene. Right when Cup is driving towards Autobot City, Blue Streak and Huffer are the two Autobots standing in between Hound and Sunstreaker as Cup drives past them.
Now, how about a fresh version of Wheeljack and Windcharger?
Yes, but not dead versions. Give me full alive and
yes.
fully.
I'm telling you, they gotta do the dead versions first.
Let's get the fresh versions before BC.
You listen to me right now, JJ. Don't you dare will that into existence. I will harm you in ways you will never find imaginable.
Charger first. I'm all for that.
Bro, they made the dead Prowl first before they made it a live Studio Series 86 Prowl, so they're gonna do the same thing with Wheeljack and Windcharger.
Now, for the defense of Prowl, he was just the Earthrise mold, but in not clear plastic. Which, I mean, now experiencing the Earth mode form of Prowl, it's actually really fine. But like, I would rather not have the severely battle damaged chest, and the not dying face, preferably.
Oh no, the dying faces are the best part.
The only dead Transformers figures that I enjoy having in my collection are the Sparkless Seeker, the Sparkless Bot, and alternate universe Optimus Prime. But the only reason I got that figure was to have an Earthrise Nemesis Prime.
Right.
What's funny is like the Sparkless Seeker and Sparkless Bots I didn't even have because they were sparkless. I just had them for like drones for the mercenaries.
So is nobody gonna pay attention to the fact that JJ got like whacked with a towel?
This just seems like a usual like Monday morning JJ shenanigan stream.
Melee.
Uh-huh.
But
So I
like
think it would be interesting.
I've thought about picking up the Ratchet and Brawn 2-pack, and as fun as that would be, I don't want another version of that mold, of either mold currently.
You get more.
I went to my
processing.
local Target store this weekend, and they had a plethora of Transformers figures, but unfortunately, all of them I'd already bought already, so they didn't really have anything new. The only thing I did buy was I got a copy of the Studio Series Gamer Edition Decepticon Soldier.
Yeah, it was like both that and Skywarp. Words hard.
Uh-huh.
The Decepticon Soldier, Skywarp, and hey, you put that drill down now. You put that drill back down now.
I thought you guys were trying to do a Street Fighter impression, not actual.
Oh no, they actually went to kill each other.
But then they also at least the one closest to my house, they also
Ready,
have
fight.
an absolute truckload of Brawn and Ratchet 2-packs.
Mm. Yeah, my local Target store, what they got a plethora of were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover figure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles.
considered picking up Party Wallet, but I don't like the Ninja Turtles enough to have like a figure of that or anything.
Well,
I mean-
I will say this
Excuse me.
is a large enough and bulky enough figure that I think if you wait for it to go on clearance, then you might want to reconsider getting it.
Which one?
Yeah, if it goes on clearance,
Party
I'll
Wallop.
but like I don't want to
Party
pay full
Wallop.
price for it right now. And like the only reason I don't want to pay full price is like I'm not a Ninja Turtles fan, so like
Mm.
it's just kind of whatever to me.
Listen.
May I add something?
Listen.
ahead.
I was thinking it would have been.
One at a time. One at a time.
Yeah, there's 6 of us.
One at a time.
Listen. Party Wallop is worth the $50. Take it from me. I didn't want it at first, and then I got it. It's worth the $50.
Well,
I wanted it
consider it.
first,
It
bought
looks
it,
really good.
and liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So as
I
I
want
was
to-
saying, I was thinking it would have been cool if there could be another 2-pack where it's basically colorless Starscream and Optimus Prime.
Mm.
but they didn't die together.
I know.
I mean,
Give us
It's gonna happen regardless. It's gonna
Give
happen.
us like a dead Megatron and
More like battle damage. He didn't necessarily die.
How
something that
about
looked good.
wait? How are they gonna do a Studio Series 86 Unicron? They're not gonna do that, right? Since you already got the HasLab version.
They would
Yeah,
probably re-release the HasLab Unicron in more like cartoon colors.
What I prefer is if they actually gave us a brand new Titan class Unicron figure, but instead of G1 Unicron, it's Armada Unicron.
Oh,
I don't want to pay like
oh,
2 mortgage payments for a Unicron.
oh.
And how about Titan class Primus?
It'd be neat.
You know, hey, I have an idea. Since John Warden wants to do comic figures in the Studio Series line at some point in the future, what if they took that Cybertron Art Unicron and put that in the Studio Series?
I have a better idea.
Hell, actually.
What if for comic book characters it was Rung?
Well, technically, we got a Prime Master, a Power.
I mean,
Prime
you know what?
Master
You know what? Here's the thing. We know what the next generation's line is going to be next year. You know, with all the 13 primes and everything.
I'm quite hyped for that. 13 Primes getting their official mainline figures, so that's gonna be awesome.
I hope the Commander class figure is Big Convoy to stand opposite Magmatron.
I think
no,
they already confirmed he was a leader class, not a commander.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
no. The Commander class for next year, well, two Commander classes. One Commander class is the Studio Series 86 Long Holland Hook, while the other one is going to be Silverbolt.
Oh, so the aerial bots are coming next.
Yep,
Yeah.
to go up against the Menasor.
Yeah.
They should start
Yay!
tackling the orbital soul
We're
carrier.
getting two combiners next year, and that's awesome. So,
Yay, my wallet will now suffer once
Personally,
more.
if I had been allowed to decide the next combiner figure released, I would have gone with Lyle Kaiser.
I would have picked Bruticus.
The Lyle Kaiser got the HasLab treatment, just to be honest.
Mm.
well, here's the thing.
Honestly,
Swindle
I
is
would have
coming
had them do a new Computron.
out. Swindle is coming out next year, so
Uh,
we're getting it because at some point. So
I hope the next HasLab project are the Battle Stars, Star Convoy, Grandis, and Sky Gary.
ooh, that would be great.
They may end up being a capsule release. I don't know yet.
I think the next HasLab would end up being like God Jinrai.
No, I think the next HasLab will be Primus from Cybertron.
I'm just patiently waiting to see what the next HasLab is going to be.
I
Mhm.
hope I can actually
Actually, now that I think about it, it could also be a certain villain from 2001 Robots in Disguise.
Well, there goes more of my money.
You know, to
Studio Series
engineer like
Cyclonus?
6 to 7 to 10 to 12 transformations in a nice updated form.
Oh, you mean Megatron? Okay,
Hmm.
Megatron
There any-
slash Cybertron.
Yeah, to
They-
stand opposite Omega Prime.
They would probably do that to make them pair because it would be really unfortunate to get like the Omega Prime and HasLab and then like the multi-changer Megatron at like mass release.
Because they were going to do that with Death Saurus,
DC.
but they ended up making him a HasLab to go along with Star Saber.
I think DC has something to say.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, hear me out. So we get
No.
the Riddle one Megatron as a HasLab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Insult to injury. One of the things that they use to sell the figure would be the biggest middle finger to the G1 fans because it's a Hasbro in-house official mode where they took that figure and figured out a way to turn him into a gun.
Yo, I could see them doing that where they're like
I can hear the rage. I can hear the rage and I'm dying.
honestly, that would be the best way to handle that. But also,
I mean-
it makes me think of HasLab Unicron, where it wasn't worth
Look, here's the thing.
$700.
Look. Here's the thing, peoples. Look, RID Megatron, he already can turn into a 5-fingered hand. I can already imagine that what they're gonna do with that HasLab RID Megatron is they're gonna include that big gigantic robotic battle station that showed up in the RID cartoon. And then you just plug Megatron as a hand into that battle station.
Anyway, so here's why I would be against it. It basically takes away our ability to get a proper Galvatron out of it.
Oh, speaking of Galvatron, I sure hope he's actually accurate for the Studio Series, and it's not just like a reuse of the Kingdom.
See, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for, but I have a
Just
stinking
reuse
suspicion that's
few
not going to be
parts
the
from
case.
Kingdom.
I
Because
think,
what else?
if anything,
Yes.
it'll be like heavily remolded and retooled from the Kingdom Galvatron because the head is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the G1 cartoon was never consistent at the first place, so I mean,
Yeah, but like if you look at Kingdom Galvatron's head, it's just Megatron with a different crown.
I mean, it is Galvatron. It is. I mean, he's
But his
Megatron.
face
so-
is different as Galvatron.
Mm.
Either way, it would be really great to see him accurate. And that's just like
The
a
only
chunky
one I
guy.
know for sure will be a new mold is the Megatron. I'm sure it will take some inspiration from Siege, but it will be a new mold because that's what happened with Optimus.
Yeah,
I
because
don't want another flavor of the Siege Megatron mold. I am sick
yeah,
of
right.
it.
It's been used too much. It's been used too much.
It's been used
Maybe
almost as
you have
often
been
as
used too
Xenoblade
much. Did you think
Again.
about that?
Like it's been used too much, way too many times. I mean,
It's
I
long.
appreciate,
It's long stay. It's welcome.
I appreciate the retooling done for the minor Megatron and D16 figures. So,
Yes,
All
BC.
right, 3
BC's
hours. I think I'm gonna head out.
BC's tired. Can he go now?
yeah,
Yeah, looks like
No, you are being held hostage.
There's one last thing I would. There's one last thing I would like to say. I hope we get. I hope the first female commander class figure released is Strika from Beast Machine.
I think she's gonna be a leader class, to be honest.
Yeah, being a commander
small
would
for
be too
Striker.
big for her.
Well, okay, then how about this for a commander class figure? I am currently tied. I'm currently undecided for the next commander class figure that I would buy if it would be a G1 Broadside or animated Lugnut.
Here's the only problem with animated Lugnut. I can see him being either a leader or a commander. It all just depends on how they want him to scale with everybody.
Yeah, like they could make him large enough as a leader with very simplified engineering.
Mm.
But then as like a commander, they could give him like very scene specific accessories.
The only problem is I think he would be a slightly smaller commander, but that being said, it's not a bad thing. Like he would probably be around the size of like the 86 Ultra Magnus commander.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that one is one of my favorite commander class figures aside from like Jetfire and Skylynx.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The only reason I hold Jetfire and Skylynx above 86 Ultra Magnus is because of their size.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, I'm about to crash and fall asleep
Well,
and snore on
I
stream,
think
but
this is a good time as any to end the stream right here. It's been 3 hours.
okay.
Yeah,
I
3
was
hours is
tired
crazy.
before
3
getting
hours.
on the
Damn,
stream.
wow, that's a long stream. But anyway,
Longer than last week's stream.
anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I personally enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
BC just we lost Briximus. Oh, we lost Briximus, unfortunately.
Briximus was like, bye.
But Prince Productions in the private chat, he said, "Hello, JJ. Are you and BC free to talk after the stream today?"
Well, BC, you
I'm
don't
going
get
to bed,
yet.
dude. I'm going to
Well,
bed,
for you,
dude.
BC,
I need
you
to go.
get to stay up with Prince. Nah, dude,
I'm
go
going to bed,
get
dude.
your rest though, dude. You need it.
I mean, I'm not forcing anything, but
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
But anyways,
I'm
I hope
good.
you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining as always. And let me add in Briximus in just to get the outro ready. So
I accidentally hit the leave button.
I will be
Too
receiving.
soon.
I will be receiving 3 new figures in a couple days or so. I don't know when exactly. But I'll be receiving Silverbolt, Shard, and 86 Steeljaw in a couple days. So
I will be
I
saying
know I'm extremely late for Shard and Silverbolt. I know, but I'm finally gonna get them, and I'm gonna get them along with 86 Steeljaw. And yes, we'll do some reviews on those figures soon. But
I just got 86 swoop
so-
yesterday.
Congrats.
After I receive Silverbolt and Shard, the only figures I need from Legacy United Wave 2 are just Sandstorm and Cybertron Starscream, and that's it. I'm done with Legacy United Wave 2 after I get those. So, yeah. And Wave 3, I just need 3 more figures, and that's it. So, and then I can move on to Wave 4. So, but anyways, I have been the JJ Prime.
Here we go again.
Okay.
I guess BC's falling asleep, so
No.
on Acer.
All I'm gonna say is, mainly for the people here who either watch or participate on Scrapyard, we back on September 13th.
And exactly Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it's exactly Friday the 13th.
Yes.
There's
what could
there will be there will be some celebratory things. It's gonna be a free for all for the topic. I will at least say that much. We are definitely going to be doing a free for all to make life a little bit easier, so we're not trying to remember, well, what were we going to talk about last time? Well, then let's try and get it done. We're going to ease ourselves back in, and we're just going to start with a free for all. There's a major reason why I've missed a few of these streams as well as all these other streams that I was invited to, and it's for a very, very deeply personal reason that I'm fairly certain JJ already knows about because, well, he's a part of my group.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on. Has been a lot going on with me, but I'm okay. I'm alive. Everything is fine with me physically. Just
Know that I prayed for you in my heart.
thank you. I appreciate that. Just,
Aw.
despite everything, I am overall, me and my family, we are going to be okay. We are going to move forward. We just need time. And as soon as the 13th comes around, be ready to join in because it's going to be a wild ride.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
don't
With that
sound like
said,
it at the moment, but I appreciate you, BC.
And in the meantime, also stay tuned for BC's future review of Party Wallop.
because he's forcing me.
I wish. Anyway.
Anyways,
Okay. Say this. Before we end, just a little bit of a story. I pretended that Jackie, Wheeljack, and I were like in cahoots with each other, like pestering BC for the 86 Bumblebee review. Like he was like, "Oh shoot." Like I was like we were pestering him. Like Wheeljack and I, we were in cahoots. We were like pressuring him to review 86 Bumblebee. Like it took him months to film it. But hey, I understand that you had issues, personal life going on. I understand that.
depression is a big.
Yeah, I know.
Jackie was bribing the editor.
But Jackie was if you have seen BC's recent review of 86 Bumblebee, you will know that the intro skit will make you laugh hard. Because
It's funny.
I had a cameo appearance in the review as part of the voice of Animated Prime, so
Prepared to do more.
yeah, we can do more.
But yeah, next review is indeed Party Wallop, and then the review after that. Not gonna lie, at this point, might as well just stop beating around the bush.
Hey,
Magnetron's after Party Wallop. I gotta show my boy some love.
Yes, you gotta do it. But anyways, I have been JJ Prime.
Why you gotta be stealing my stuff? I've been BC.
I've been Acer.
I am a very tired Briximus Prime.
I am the TFN geek.
Republic's still here somehow.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
See ya.
Till
Till
all
all
are
are
one.
one. Snooze out.
Transform and pull out.